Good evening and welcome to Night of Baseball with the Evansville Otters. Tonight, the Otters hit the road for a three-game series at Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois, as they take on the Southern Illinois Miners. Welcome to the broadcast booth remotely back in Evansville. No more Ryan Brown. He is headed back to school. So I'm Jevin Redmond with Jordan Fisher. Preston Leinenbach is with us, as well as Zane Cloudfelter, a full house for what is a rivalry matchup between the Otters and the Miners. And Jordan, a fairly big series for both teams, about a month left in the regular season. The Otters, despite owning the best record in the Frontier League, have just a one-game lead for first place and also a playoff spot. Then you have the Miners kind of lurking 6.5 games back. They need every one of these games in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Last time, whenever Southern Illinois visited Bosse Field last week, the Miners took 2 out of 3 in that series, really gained a little bit of momentum. But really the big thing was a couple weeks ago whenever Evansville won 4 in a row against Southern Illinois. That's kind of what really helped distance themselves from one or the other. But that West Division is competitive between Evansville, Florence, and the Miners. So definitely this upcoming series is a big deal for both teams.
Yeah, these two teams just played last week at Bosse Field. The Miners came to town and took 2 of 3 against Evansville. Miners won game 1 6-3. Otters won a thriller 9-8 in game 2 and then lost in game 3 6-4. So they'll play the 3-game series here this week, and then they'll meet again later in the season to wrap up the head-to-head matchups. The pitching matchup tonight for the Evansville Otters, they send left-hander Braden Scott to the mound. He's 5-2 with a 3.12 ERA. Over 54 and 2/3 innings. The 23-year-old has struck out 62 and walked 15. His mound opponent will be Chase Cunningham, a right-hander for the Miners, and Jordan for Evansville. Braden Scott's been pretty good.
This is a fantastic matchup. You could argue these are two aces of both staffs. Scott has been very reliable for Evansville throughout the season. The lefty certainly good at getting punch-outs and really pitching deep into ball games. I think that'll be a big thing for them tonight. And, of course, the Evansville Otters are going to have to get to Chase Cunningham early on because Cunningham is very tough in his own right. A former Frontier League Pitcher of the Year. Certainly a good matchup on the mound.
Beautiful night for baseball in Marion, 84 degrees, very pleasant. Inside the broadcast studio, it is very nice as well, 71 degrees at the moment. We'll come back and send the lineups next. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and the YouTube channel.
We love our kids and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers health insurance for children up to age 18 at low or no cost. From doctor visits to dental care, Anthem is here to put resources at your fingertips and simple solutions within your reach. And that is something to smile about. Call 1-800-403-0864 to enroll today. To learn more, visit anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Fix up your home with Heritage. Our home improvement financing options can help you change your home now and pay for it over time. Upgrade your home. Make home repairs. Remodel a kitchen. Build a new deck. Add a new room. Remodel your bath. Update appliances. Whether it's a small weekend project or a large renovation, Heritage Federal Credit Union can help you finance your improvements today. Fix up your home with Heritage.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Welcome to a place that feels like home. A place that cares about all of you. Built to help you grow in more ways than you could possibly imagine. To make new friends, travel new paths, soar to new heights, and deepen your spiritual experience. Welcome to Oakland City University.
Say it again, Filete. Welcome back here on our pregame show, getting set for game one of a three-game series. It is the Evansville Otters at the Southern Illinois Miners with Jordan Fisher. I'm Jevin Redmond. Preston Leinebach and Zane Clodfelter will join us later this evening. Starting laps for game one of the series, the Otters, who are 44 and 27, leading off and playing shortstop, is number 2, Andy DeJesus. Batting second in center field is Miles Gordon. Elijah McNamee bats third. He'll play right field. Riley Crane hits fourth and plays first base. J.R. Davis bats fifth. He'll play second. Then it's Dakota Phillips hitting sixth, doing the catching, with Andretti Cordero batting seventh and playing third base. The DH and hitting eighth is Jose Pujols. And Andrew Penner bats ninth and plays left field. The starting pitcher is Braden Scott, left-hander on the season, 5-2, with a 3.12 ERA. Again for the Otters, and Andy McCauley, who's 44 and 27. DeJesus, Gordon, McNamee, Crane, Davis, Phillips, Cordero, Pujols, and Penner. For the Miners, they're 38 and 34. They start play in third place in the West Division, 6.5 games back of first place Evansville. Bryant Flete bats first and plays second base. Yeltsin Gudino hits second and plays shortstop, followed by Nolan Early in right field batting third. Ariel Sandoval bats fourth. He's in left, with Ian Walters hitting fifth and playing third base. Anthony Brocardo hits sixth. He does the designated hitting. Then it's Luke Mangieri batting seventh at first base. Jared Mayne hits eighth and plays center field. And it's Arturo Nieto batting ninth and doing the catching. The starting pitcher is right-handed pitcher Chase Cunningham. Again, the Miners 38 and 34. The Otters are 44 and 27. First pitch is scheduled for 7:05 here tonight. And I'm Jevin Redmond with Jordan Fisher. Ryan Brown, as he has gone back to school for the rest of the season, so we'll be filling in throughout the rest of the season, and we are doing this game remotely back in Evansville, and we're trying to get the stream fired up. So when we come back, we'll have first pitch, hopefully, between the Otters and the Miners. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and YouTube channel.
Centerpoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Every 6 minutes, a utility line is damaged due to reckless digging. So Indiana relies on these 811 superheroes. Derek the Builder.
I dig for a living, but I always contact 811.
Mary the Gardener.
Before I plant a tree, I contact 811.
And Mike the Contractor.
I contact 811 before I do my work.
Prevent damage or injury. Call 811 anytime or go online 811now.com. This message is sponsored by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission and this station.
Come be a part of a nationally recognized program in criminal justice. The Criminal Justice Program at Oakland City University provides students with in-depth knowledge in the fields of law enforcement, forensics, corrections, and juvenile justice. Learn through hands-on experiences and train in areas of investigative forensics, criminology, and police administration. A career-focused major is in your reach, and all in a Christian university setting that feels like home. Oakland City University.
Last part of the season, 24 games, 12 of them are against either Evansville or Florence. That would take Cunningham on the mound tonight. Here's the Evansville Otters starting lineup. Andy DeJesus will lead off at shortstop. Miles Gordon is the center fielder batting second. Batting second. Right field. Riley Crane is the first base. J.R. Davis is fifth. Second base hitting fifth. Dakota Phillips is catching and batting in the sixth hole. And Reddy Cordero, the third baseman, batting seventh. Jose Pujols is DHing. Andrew Penner is in left field. Batting at ninth. Chase Cunningham is making his 12th start of the season. 3-3 record in ERA. Literally a smidge under 3 at 2.99. He has given up just 50 hits and 23 runs, 22 of which are earned, 22 of which are earned in the third.
Time for baseball from Marion, Illinois. Glad you could join us. Evansville Otters and Southern Illinois Miners. Game one of a 3-game series with Jordan Fisher. I'm Jevin Redmond. Preston Leinebach and also Zane Clodfelter will join us this evening, broadcasting remotely from Evansville. Otters and Miners at Rent One Park. Always fun when these two teams go at it. And some big games as we now head down the stretch run of the regular season. Now 3 or 4 weeks left, and the first pitch of the evening is on the inside corner. Strike is called, and we're underway 3 minutes late at 7:08. And the game time temperature is 84 degrees in Marion. Very pleasant evening for baseball. The overhead wind. And the 0-1 pitch, same spot, same result. Strike two on Andy DeJesus, the Otters shortstop, who's batting .317, 1 home run and 23 RBIs. Righty on lefty here. Cunningham against DeJesus, leading things off. The overhead wind, and the 2-strike pitch is high, ball one.
DeJesus coming in with a 5-game hitting streak as well. He's really been good here lately for the Otters. Switch hitter, shortstop, been playing good defense, and recently moved up in the leadoff role.
Deep in the box, even stance in the 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball hit on the ground, left side. Tough play, deep in the hole for the shortstop. His throw to first is not in time. Infield single for Andy DeJesus. Didn't hit it all that hard, but found the right spot deep in the hole. The shortstop had to circle it, get his momentum toward first base, and the throw was just a tad too late, and DeJesus is safe, a leadoff single.
And he's got some good speed, so definitely be looking for him to possibly run in this early part of the game as they try to get it against Chase Cunningham, get some offensive momentum. And Miles Gordon is coming up to bat.
That was Yeltsin Godino who tried to make that play at short for the Miners. As Jordan mentioned, Gordon digs in, the center fielder. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes high and away, ball one. Miles batting .254, 2 home runs, and 26 RBIs for the Otters.
He's also got some good speed, too. So that bunt that he showed there right before the first pitch, definitely a threat to drop one down.
Cunningham working from the stretch. From the high set, the 1-0 pitch is below the knees, a fastball, 2-0. Cunningham is making his 12th start of the season, also his 12th game he has pitched in. He's thrown 2 complete games. He is 3-3 with a 2.98 ERA, working 66 in the third innings. 19 walks to 58 strikeouts, as Jordan mentioned in the pregame show. Really, you could say the 2 aces going at it here in game 1 of the series for each side. Pick off attempt, and DeJesus is back in safely.
Yeah, he's been dominant for them. In his last outing against Evansville on August 12th, he went 7 innings, only gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run.
Another quick throw over to first, diving in head first is DeJesus.
Cunningham, the 2019 Frontier League Pitcher of the Year, so he is the reigning Frontier League Pitcher of the Year, and he's made a case for it again this season.
2-0 pitch to Gordon. That's a bit high, maybe outside as well. Count is 3-0.
And if you're Evansville, if you can get Gordon and DeJesus both on base for the big hitters coming up in the lineup, you really got a chance to do some early damage and get an early lead here on the road.
3-0 pitch to Gordon, taking all the way right down Central. Strike 1, 3-1. Home plate umpire tonight is Robert Davis, Chris Dykeman at first, and David Bailey at third.
3-1 count. Fully expecting Gordon to be taking here more than likely, but wouldn't be surprised to see DeJesus off.
3-1 pitch to Gordon. Runner is going, and a line shot is foul down the right field line. Count is full, 3-2. You were correct. DeJesus off with that pitch, and he might be off again here, 3-2.
I like the aggressiveness that Andy McCauley and the coaching staff is showcasing here early on. They're really trying to get a runner in scoring position, and I like the idea of a hit and run there as well. Knowing you're probably going to get a pitch to hit, I like the aggressive nature.
Payoff pitch to Miles Gordon upcoming after leadoff single from DeJesus, just underway. Top of the first inning, no score. Payoff pitch from Cunningham is headed home. A ground ball, and it is raked foul wide of the first base bag.
This is a good at-bat by Miles Gordon. Really trying to work the count and really make Cunningham show all of his pitches in this at-bat. It'd be big if they can get him on base and have 2 runners on with nobody out here on the top of the first. Talked about how good Cunningham has been throughout the year. He has also been prone to be blown up. He's allowed 5 runs or more in 2 different starts this season.
Another pickoff attempt. DeJesus back in safely. See if he's off with this pitch again. 3-2 pitch to Gordon. Runner goes, and a high fly ball yanked foul down the right field line. That one had home run distance, but Gordon was just a bit out in front. He nearly had home run number 3.
But again, Andy DeJesus was off on that pitch, really trying to get aggressive with the hit and run, and this has been a good at-bat. I believe pitch number 8 coming up in the at-bat.
Making Cunningham work here early on. Renton One Park, beautiful stadium. Not a big crowd tonight. Very scattered, especially behind home plate. Plenty of good seats available. The 3-2 ground ball right side. Backhanded play by the first baseman Jerry. He throws to second, out, and the return to first not in time. Fielder's choice goes 3-6, and that is the first out.
Really good at there by Miles Gordon, and even though they couldn't get the runner in scoring position, Gordon himself also has some good speed, so we could probably see a similar situation here. But with 1 out, you're really just looking for McNamee to move him into scoring position and try to drive him in with 1 or 2 outs left in the inning.
Well, again, we're doing the games remotely, and so apologize ahead of time. We might have some plays tonight where we don't actually see what happens because it makes me a bit nervous with the camera work on that last play. I'm busy.
They were a little zoomed in. We'll see how this goes through, but, I mean, there's a lot going on in that play as well.
Hopefully they improve as the night goes along. Pickoff attempt at first, and Gordon's back in safely as McNamee digs in. Elijah's batting .329, 7 home runs, 38 RBIs. Cunningham definitely worried about the base runner at first base as Gordon back in safely. Just a tuck in his blue uniform after diving in.
Gordon leads the team in stolen bases with 24. He's been caught 7 times. This is another pickoff attempt. He's got to be careful, though, too. I think he's getting close to a balk there with how quick that move is.
McNamee with 10 doubles, 2 triples to go along with those stats. Very calm presence in the right-handed batter's box, and the first one to him is chopped left side. Letter high bounce for the third baseman. He goes to second out. The throw to first, not in time. Another fielder's choice. 5-4. That went from Ian Walters to Brian Flete for the second out, and Gordon is out number 2.
Certainly saw him getting aggressive, trying to swing at that first pitch. Probably would like to see him work the count a little bit more. Looked like he might have rolled over a breaking ball there, leading to the easy ground out. But good on McNamee to beat out the play and keep the inning alive for Riley Crane.
Well, most pop in this Otters lineup is Riley Crane, 14 home runs, batting just a tick below 300 at 294 on the year. Very impressive numbers, 63 RBIs.
He also just barely leads the team in slugging at .511.
He takes a fastball that cuts back over the inner half of the plate. Strike call, 0-1.
He's definitely got a lot of power, as you just mentioned, but not only can he hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he does a good job of hitting it to the gaps.
Cunningham trying to put up a 0 in the top of the first inning. He allowed a leadoff single to DeJesus and got back-to-back groundouts from Gordon and McNamee. From the stretch, the 0-1 is bounced foul. Look out, Boots Day down the first base line. He watches that go down the right field line. 0-2.
Boots still showing a little bit of agility there to get out of the way of the baseball. 55 years in baseball.
Little drop step there.
He got a plaque last week as they honored his 55 seasons in professional baseball.
Nothing phases Boots Day anymore.
Nothing.
One of the good guys in baseball.
Absolutely.
Crane behind the count, 0-2. Man at first base, 2 outs, no score, top of the first. Cunningham, the right-hander, delivers. They set way up outside, and it's wasted. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Otters wearing their blue uniforms tonight, gray pants. Miners in their black tops, white pants, black cap on this Tuesday night Marion.
When they made this uniform switch before the season, I think these blue tops are my favorite. I like the solid colored tops.
Of course, this is the first year for the change with the uniform for the Otters. Crane open stance, and the 1-2 pitch to him, a changeup, pulled a string, and Cunningham had him out in front. His first strikeout of the evening, and he strands a man at first base after leadoff single. So after 1/2 inning, it's the Otters 0, Miners coming to bat on the Otters Digital Network and the YouTube channel.
We love our kids and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers health insurance for children up to age 18 at low or no cost. From doctor visits to dental care, Anthem is here to put resources at your fingertips and simple solutions within your reach. And that is something to smile about. Call 1-800-403-0864 to enroll today. To learn more, visit anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
1/2 inning complete from Marion, Illinois. No score as the Miners come to bat for the first time this evening. They'll face Braden Scott, a left-hander, 23 years of age. He is 5-2 with a 3.12 ERA this year. 54 2/3 innings pitched. Opponent's batting just 188 off the left-hander. 62 strikeouts, 15 walks. And his first pitch of the evening is a fastball as it hums by Bryant Flete, their second baseman. Strike called, 0-1.
Scott's been super good for the Otters this season. He's gone 5 innings or more in all but 2 starts of the season.
0-1 pitch is knee-high, a strike called, 0-2. Flete is 5 for 26 this year. It's a 192 average, no home runs and no RBIs. Gudinho on deck, and then it's Nolan Early. First 3 scheduled up in this inning for the Miners. The wide and the 2-strike pitch. Outside, a fastball wasted. 1-2. Left-hander Scott, he pitched against the Miners last week at Bosse Field. Got a no decision, went 5 2/3. Allowed 4 runs, 7 hits. Bouncing ball up the first baseline, rolling foul. And the count is still 1-2 on Flete.
If I remember correctly, Scott was actually better than what that stat line indicates in that outing against Southern Illinois. But you even look at the previous 3 before that, 3 wins, all going 7 innings or further, only allowing 3 or fewer hits.
1-2 pitch, another foul ball and a breaking ball. Got him out in front.
The one thing he really struggled with against Southern Illinois was putting away batters. He only had 5 strikeouts into that game, but those previous 3 that I mentioned, 12, 10, and 7 in each of those ball games.
Scott glares in, left-hander delivers on 1-2, paints the outside corner, strike 3 is called. Flete gets the ring up, and that's the first K of the night for Scott. 1 away, good start for the left-hander.
And I think that's a big thing for him, is get into a rhythm and be able to put away batters when he has the opportunity to do so.
Brings in Yeltsin Gudinho, their shortstop, hitting .253, 2 home runs, and 21 RBIs. He wears the number 4 as he digs in, facing Scott for the first time tonight. Otters defensively have Andrew Pinner in left, Miles Gordon in center, Elijah McNamee in right. The pitch is a bouncing ball up the middle, and it scoots through into center field for a base hit. Gudinho is on with 1 out in the first inning, attacking the first pitch. And a little seeing eye single up the middle.
Really just a tough play for Davis. He tried to range that way to his right and be able to get a glove on that, just unable to do so. And that brings up Nolan Early, who is definitely a dangerous bat for this Miners lineup. Very important for Scott to try to either put him away without allowing him to do damage, or maybe get the old pitcher's best friend of the double play to get out of the inning.
1-on-1 out here is Nolan Early, the right fielder. Early batting, .331, 9 home runs and 50 RBIs. Lefty on lefty. First pitch to him is a bit above the belt, a fastball. 1-0. Into the Otters outfield. On the infield, they've got Cordero at third, DeJesus at short. Davis plays second. Riley Crane at first, and Dakota Phillips does the catching for Braden Scott. The 1-0 pitch. Long look toward first base, and now it's headed home. Fastball below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes.
Definitely not something you want to see if you're an Evansville Otters fan. Scott falling behind 2-0 to a really good hitter, the best hitter in the Miners lineup, in my opinion. Definitely need to work his way back into this without allowing a big hit.
Pickoff attempt, and back in safely is Gudinho.
Gudinho only with 2 stolen bases this year. He's only attempted 3. So not a huge threat to run over there at first base.
2-0 pitch. Out into center field. On the move is Miles Gordon. He tracks it down toward left center field for the second out. Back to first base goes Gudinho. And the 2-out batter will be Ariel Sandoval. Again, for those of you joining us on the Otters Digital Network and also YouTube channel, we are doing the road games here, the final few weeks remotely. So Jim Jackson, our producer, or Preston Linebach, is working out some details with us. We're trying to get everything squared away for you. Glad you could join us tonight with Jordan Fisher. I'm Jevin Redmond. You'll hear from Zane Cloudfelter as well later tonight.
Of course, when the Otters do get back for the homestand this weekend, you'll be able to hear both of us, I believe, this weekend doing a game. Of course, back with Bill McCune. Looking forward to it.
Pitch is low and inside to Ariel Sandoval, who's batting .280, no home runs and 13 RBIs. While the Otters in a playoff push here with a one-game lead for a spot. You remember what happened last time we did games back in 2016,
yes.
right?
Yeah, that was a very jam-packed end of the season. I think all the games, or all the teams that made the playoffs were only separated by a couple games at the end of the year.
Here's a swing and a foul back off the bat of Sandoval. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ian Walters on deck, hoping for a chance to bat here in the Miners half of the first inning. No score from Rent One Park.
Yeah, I actually got to talk with Bill a little bit on that Sunday. I was on the game for the 6th inning and got to talk with Ryan and Bill about the 2016 season and reminisce a little bit about that year.
Pitch is low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. We're back. I say there's no reason to even play the games. Otters are going to win it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark it down.
Do we get another ring? Is that how that works, that they win it all?
Do we get a half a ring?
Do we get a half a ring for filling in?
2-1 on Sandoval. Hitters count here. Man at first, 2 outs. And the pitch from Scott headed home. And a line shot into center field. It drops in for a base hit. Gordon gets to it quickly, holding Godinho at second base. So 2 hits in the inning, both singles, and the Miners have something going here with 2 on and 2 out.
And that was really just a good piece of hitting from Sandoval. I thought that was a good pitch by Scott. He got it in on his hands, and he's able to just fight it off into right center field for a base hit. There's nothing really you can do there if you're Braden Scott.
Brings in Ian Walters, left-handed batter from Paducah, Kentucky. Played some college ball at SIU with the Salukis, so he's familiar with this territory. Good batter, hitting .300, 2 home runs, and 37 RBIs.
Yeah, not a ton of power, but he does have 15 doubles on the year. But that .300 average, he's going to put the ball in play more often than not. And we'll see if he can drive in Yeltsin Godinho here or not.
He takes the first pitch, caught the bottom part of the zone. He kind of shakes his head at Bob Davis, or home plate umpire, says, I don't know about that. But it was a called strike, 0-1. Walters trying to add to his RBI total of 37. So he waves the bat over home plate. 2 on, 2 out. The 1-strike pitch from Scott. Looking back towards second. Now he delivers. Off speed, bounces on the turf. Scooped up by Phillips, 1-1.
He had a real long look there at Godinho at second base before delivering that pitch home. I think with 2 outs and a batter at a plate like this, you want to really focus more on the batter than you do the runner. Of course, keep an eye on him and make sure he knows that you're there. But really turn all your focus here and see if you can get out of the inning unscathed.
1-1 offering. And the turf once again blocked by Phillips. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Trying to keep that ball low in the zone clearly and see if he might chase. He hasn't gone fishing yet, but still an opportunity for Scott to work his way back, even this count up, and maybe get a punch out to get out of the inning.
Godinho's a base runner at second. Sandoval at first. Shortstop DeJesus trying to keep him close out at second. And the 2-1 offering is taken thigh high on the corner. Deuce is wild now. 2 on, 2 out. And a 2-2 count here in the home half of the first, no score.
Of course, it's just the first inning, but as we talked about how this is such a tightly contested series and coming up and the standings and everything with the playoff push, you definitely don't want to fall behind early if you're on the road. So this could be a really big at-bat for both sides.
2-2 pitch to Walters. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strike. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Braden Scott. He dances out of trouble as the Miners strand guys at first and second base. After 1 from Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois, no score on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube channel. Top of the second inning. Otters and Miners, no score. Otters got a leadoff single from Andy DeJesus, top of the first inning, but Cunningham able to get the next 3 batters out. So it's 5, 6, and 7 up for Evansville. And the first pitch from Cunningham is a breaking ball up and away to J.R. Davis, 5th place hitting second baseman. Davis batting .309. He's got 7 home runs, 47 RBIs, also 15 doubles to pad the stats in the 1-0 pitch. Boy, big swing and a miss as Davis falls down to one knee. He was trying to make it 1-0 Evansville.
Yeah, he was really trying to hit that one all the way out of the city. Davis has been very good this season for the Otters. Really has been a reliable bat in the middle of that order all throughout the year. I think he's batted as high as 2 and as low as like 5 or 6. So I think for Evansville, you want to see him try to get on and get something started for this inning.
1-1 pitch. Tails down and away, 2-1 on Davis. Dakota Phillips. And then it's Andretti Cordero, scheduled here in the Otters half of the second.
We really saw both sides kind of threatening that first inning. Of course, Southern Illinois had actually got a runner in scoring position as that one goes back to the backstop, 3-1. But I think Evansville had a good first inning. Even though they didn't really get a whole lot out of it, they were aggressive. They were trying to get at Cunningham early on. And I think with a pitching matchup like this between Scott and Cunningham, it could just take 1 or 2 runs in order to win the game.
3-1 pitch to Davis. Catches the outside corner. Counts full 3-2. JR was ready to flip the bat, but it caught just enough of the corner. Count is full on the Evansville second baseman.
Of course, as I'm sure you're familiar with working with Bill McCune, definitely don't want to show up the umpire.
Well, that time he waits, and there he gets the ball 4. He'll take first base. Borderline pitch up and away. Otters had the leadoff man on for back-to-back innings. This time a walk for J.R. Davis.
Another good at-bat for an Evansville Otters player there. That's really 3 out of 5 that I'll call a good at-bat. McNamee tried to get aggressive in his first and swung first pitch and grounded out. Crane, of course, with the strikeout to end the inning. But between DeJesus, Gordon, and Davis, they've really worked the pitch count well against Chase Cunningham.
Cunningham, a guy that doesn't walk too many batters, so nice to get a free pass there for Evansville.
Take those when you can get them.
And it brings in Dakota Phillips, the catcher, who has 11 home runs on the season, batting .278. Cunningham delivers. Breaking ball high. 1 ball, no strikes.
We thought that one was going to drop down and be called a strike. That looked like a good breaking ball out of his hand.
Had some sharp action to it. Phillips has driven in 38 runs this year. J.R. Davis off of first base. Miner looking for the ground ball double play. And the 1-0 offering. Swing and a miss. Another sharp break to that pitch from Cunningham that counts even 1-1. Miners Ballpark, infield, outfield, as well as the pitcher's mound, everything is turf.
A little bit different than Bossy Field.
Just a tad. Question, can historic Bossy Field ever have turf, or does it have to be grass the entire time?
I think to keep the historic nature of it, I think it would need to stay as natural grass. Could it? Yes, it could. But does it keep the same field? No, probably not.
I'm curious, I need to start asking some pitchers too if they notice a bigger difference pitching off of turf, if they prefer the dirt.
I've never thought about that.
Where they can kind of create to their own comfort. In turf, it's...
Because you see pitchers mess with the landing spot all the time on a dirt mound.
1-2 count to Phillips, man at first base, nobody out. Inside 2-2. Now, the positive to that would be you don't have a pitcher digging a hole in an awkward landing spot for the opposition.
Probably helps prevent ankle injuries, stuff of that nature. Although I do also wonder if having the dirt gives you better, I guess, feel on the mound as far as like your plant foot staying consistent, whereas with turf you might be able to slip more so than you can on dirt.
2-2 is the count on Phillips. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Phillips down on strikes. That's a second K for Cunningham.
Both on breaking balls too.
And in that AB, he had some sharp break to that curve.
And that's kind of been just a little bit of a glimpse at what Chase Cunningham is capable of as a pitcher. He's very tough to hit. His fastball is very effective because of how good his breaking stuff is. They're showing a replay on the live stream, but really just nothing Phillips can do there. It looks like a high fastball, and it just falls out of the zone.
Here's Andretti Cordero, Otters third baseman, batting 7th tonight. Takes below the knees, called a ball. He's hitting .205, 2 home runs and 16 RBIs. Just to wrap up our conversation about the turf real quick, I mean, if you're an infielder, you love it. You get the friendly hop. You prefer that. I will say, having hit off turf some before, it's a different feeling in that batter's box, similar to what I'm sure it is for the pitchers. But as is everything in this world, you get used to change, and it's no big deal. Ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. Out at second. The throw to first. Double play. 6-3 as a shortstop. Yeltsin Godinho took that himself. Taylor made 6-3 double play, erases the leadoff walk to J.R. Davis. Miners bat, home at the second, no score. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube channel.
Fix up your home with Heritage. Our home improvement financing options can help you change your home now and pay for it over time. Upgrade your home. Make home repairs. Remodel a kitchen. Build a new deck. Add a new room. Remodel your bath. Update appliances. Whether it's a small weekend project or a large renovation, Heritage Federal Credit Union can help you finance your improvements today. Fix up your home with Heritage.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
First pitch of the bottom of the second inning from Braden Scott is in there for a strike call. Brocardo, the DH, hitting things off. 6-7-8 up for the Miners. The wind and the pitch. Check swing. He went too far around, nothing in 2. Scott trying to make quick work. Brocardo, the DH.
If you can get away from Brocardo without allowing any damage, I'm going to consider that a success.
0-2 pitch to Brocardo, a swing and a miss. 3 pitches, goodbye. That is strikeout number 3 of the game for Scott.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 very good pitches there from Scott. Make quick work with Brocardo because, as I mentioned, Brocardo's been one of their hotter hitters here recently. Had a multiple home run game against Evansville in their last visit to Bosse Field.
Luke Mangieri digs in, 7th place hitting first baseman. He is from Peoria, Illinois. Batting .278 on the season. 8 home runs, 39 RBIs. And a strike called. Knee-high outside corner, 0-1. Miners got 2 hits in the first inning, a pair of singles. Scott able to strand both of those guys on the bases. Scott glares in, has a sign he wants. Catcher sets up outside. That's where he gets it, right on the corner. 0-2.
5 pitches, 5 strikes. This is what you like to see if you're an Otters fan. And really, with Brocardo and Mangieri, they both lead the team in strikeouts as the top 2 guys. If Scott can get another punch out here and get a quick 2 outs, that would be big for him in this second inning.
The 2-strike pitch to Mangieri. This one just a tick outside.
I thought he got it.
About the same spot as the last one. Did not get the call.
Phillips tried framing it, and he held there, and just did not get the call.
You know, really even the first inning, despite giving up a pair of singles, I thought Scott was pretty sharp. He's sharp so far here in the second, as he has Mangieri out in front of the breaking ball. Lazy fly to left. Andrew Penner, the Otters left fielder, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Yeah, no, you look at that first inning, Yeltsin Godinho had that seeing eye single up the middle that Davis just couldn't get to, and then he actually kind of jammed Sandoval on that little bloop bloop single to right center field. So I'm with you. I thought Scott pitched very well in that first inning, and he's off to a good start here in the second inning. See if he can put away Jared Mayne here as he comes up to bat.
Jared Mayne, a right-handed batter. He plays center field for the Miners, hitting 8th tonight from New Mexico. Base is empty, 2 outs. Scott hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, delivers low on a fastball.
Mayne batting .290 on the season for the Miners, 4th best batting average on the team.
Just have 6 home runs, 28 RBIs. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball skips in the turf. Plucked out by Phillips, 2-0.
Really, I think he's an ideal 8-hole hitter, or in that bottom third of the order guy. Has a little bit of power, as you mentioned, with the 6 home runs. Hits for a good average, and then also 14 doubles and 2 triples to go with it. Definitely a solid hitter that low in the order.
Way outside, and Scott's falling behind 3-0.
This is definitely not what you want to see with Braden Scott. You put away the first 2 so quickly, you fall behind 3-0. The last thing you want to do is allow a base runner with 2 outs and allow some sort of rally to happen.
The wind and the 3-0 pitch. That's on the inside corner. 3-1 on Jared Mayne. Nieto on deck, the catcher, hoping to bat here in the second. 3-1 pitch. That one is too far inside. It's the first free pass given up of the game by Braden Scott, and the Miners have a base runner here in the second.
I think it's pretty important here to pull away Nieto in this at-bat, really put an end to the inning, because if you allow him to reach base with 2 outs and you bring back up the top of the order, you're really setting yourself up for a disaster there if you're Braden Scott.
Plenty of baseball going on throughout Frontier League play tonight. The one game Otters fans will be keeping their eyes peeled to. The Florence Yalls, who are a game back of Evansville. They're on the road at Sussex County, the other Miners in the league. They played the top of the 6th inning. That game is tied at 1. Here's a foul ball down the right field line from Nieto. Strike 1. Windy City and Gateway tied at 2. Top of the 3rd, that game at Gateway. Joliet leads at Schaumburg 6-1. Home half the 3rd at Schaumburg, the home team in that contest. 1 strike pitch to Nieto instead. Scott to pick off tempo over at first base, and Mayne is back in safely.
Of course, for the Otters, the big game to pay attention to is that Florence and Sussex County game. Florence just 1 game back of Evansville coming into tonight. If the Yalls lose and the Otters win, of course, that's going to create more separation of the standings, and Evansville has the tiebreaker the rest of the way for the season.
1 strike pitch. Line shot out into the gap, right center field. This one is trouble. It gets down and rolls all the way to the wall. This will score Mayne from first base. And cruising into second with an RBI double is Arturo Nieto. It's 1-0 Miners in the second. Well, it looked like a quick inning for Braden Scott after a strikeout and a fly out to left. A walk to Mayne, and Nieto drives him in with an RBI double to right center field. 1-0 Miners.
Really just a good piece of hitting there from Nieto. He took the ball into the opposite field gap, and an easy stand-up double to drive in the first run of the ball game. And now, as I talked about, that turns the lineup over to the top of the order with Flete coming back up to bat and a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. I think it's important that Scott doesn't let this inning get away from him.
For Nieto, that is RBI number 7 of the season, also his 6th double. Runner at second base, 2 outs, and the pitch to Flete, the second baseman. He watches one zip by for a called strike. And that's what happened his first time up. He struck out looking. He's just 5 for 27 on the season.
He did have a competitive at-bat in that one, fouling off 2 pitches with a 2-strike count. So Flete is definitely not an easy out by any means.
0-1 pitch, breaking ball inside, 1-1. Flete still doesn't have an RBI this year. He could change that with a base knock. Nieto out at second. Fairly short lead. It creeps off as Scott comes set. 1-1 offering. Is Anthony's called a strike, 1-2. Flete having a few words with our home plate umpire. He wasn't happy his first time up there either when he got the ring up. That one looked to be right in there, though. That was knee high. Scott trying to keep it a 1-0 Miners lead in the second. A 1-2 pitch in the turf. Good block by Phillips, keeping Nieto out at second base. And the count is even 2-2.
It was a great block by Phillips. With that turf, we talked about how the difference between turf versus dirt. Sure, that ball's a little bit bouncier off that turf. Really thought it was a good pitch by Scott. Try to see if you can get him chasing low and away. And Phillips able to knock it down and keep it in front of him to keep the runner at second base. Deuce is wild again. 2-2 count with 2 out. Second inning.
Batter Flete steps out. Now he digs back in. 37 pitches so far for Braden Scott through 2 outs in the second. The pitch. Bouncing ball, left side, deep in the hole, shortstop to Jesus. Long throw across the diamond, and in time. Flete is out at first base. What a play by Andy DeJesus, deep in the hole. And with the speed of Flete, I didn't think he had a chance to get him, but he used that turf to his benefit, skipping the ball across the diamond. And Flete, who is not happy with the call at first base, was rung up by our first base umpire, Chris Dykman.
Fantastic play by DeJesus, filling that ball deep in the hole on the left side of the infield. Really just amazing strength to get the ball over there. One hop to Riley Crane, but Crane, as he usually does, fielded it cleanly, and they got the out. Bang, bang play at first base.
Tough to tell, watching it off the stream, whether he was safe or out. I don't think we'll get a replay or anything. But the call on the field is Flete's out, so we head to the third. Miners do capitalize on an RBI double, 2 outs from their 9th place hitter, Arturo Nieto. 1-0 Miners after 2. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and YouTube channel.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Welcome to a place that feels like home. A place that cares about all of you. Built to help you grow in more ways than you can possibly imagine. To make new friends, travel new paths, soar to new heights, and deepen your spiritual experience. Welcome to Oakland City University.
Top of the third inning, 1-0 Miners. They lead the Otters here in game 1 of this 3-game series. I'm Jevin Redmond with Jordan Fisher. Preston Landenbach joins us now for the top of the third. Guess I better unmute your microphone, Preston. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How about yourself? Thanks for having me.
Hey, not too bad. I'm glad you got everything worked out over there. The tech guru behind everything. This is quite a setup here for some Frontier League baseball.
Hey, we're doing our best.
We are.
Glad you can make the long trip to Marion. I mean, Evansville.
Yeah, all the way across town.
First pitch is a called strike here to Jose Pujols. He's batting just .116 in the season, 5 of 43. No home runs and 5 RBIs. 8-9-1 due up for Evansville here against Chase Cunningham, who has looked excellent so far through the first 2. Delivers outside 1-1. That is the great thing about this setup. Well, you guys have a short drive home, but for me, about a 10-second walk, it'll be time for bed.
Yeah, a little bit longer a walk, and hopefully this game will allow me to get to bed at a decent time as well.
These two pitchers, you would expect it to be a fairly quick game, or at least low scoring. Count is 2-1 here to Pujols.
By decent time, you mean like 12:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah, I guess more than the usual time of leaving the ballpark. And
here's a swing and a miss by Pujols, 2-2. Here's what I want to know. I happened just to be up last night. My phone dings, and I check it, and it's an email from Preston at like 2:15 in the morning. What were you doing up at 2:15 in the morning?
Still working.
Had to finish the prep work for you.
He doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop.
Preston does not stop working.
You can sleep in the offseason. Here's a swing and a miss as Pujols strikes out, leading off the third inning, one away.
I'll be honest, though. I took a little snoozer, a little bit of a nap earlier in the evening, so I woke up and had, was kind of awake. So I thought, maybe be productive with it.
It's perfectly fine. There's 24 hours in a day for a reason.
Apologize for the ding notification.
I didn't hear it. I slept right through it.
Here's Andrew Penner, left fielder, batting ninth. We see him for the first time tonight. He takes a fastball strike inside corner, 0-1. Penner batting .257, no home runs, 17 RBIs.
Penner was a mid-season acquisition for the club from the Washington Wild Things. Previously spent time in 2019 with the now defunct and former French League champion River City Rascals.
So we're getting really so we both have, I've been with the team a little bit throughout the year doing some production as that 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. But of course, you're coming in here late in the season. We're just kind of filling in on the radio for Ryan Brown, who's going to be gone the rest of the year. But Preston's the man that knows everything about the Otters inside and out. I mean, he has to deal with it every single day.
That's my first baseball game ever.
We have a we have a real life person here that is just game notes mentally. He just has all the game notes for us.
We've got 4 computers out in a fifth, and Preston, he's got all the information for us.
I'm sure Zane will have his iPad out later for Otters TV.
The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2-2 here. On Andrew Penner, nobody on, 1 out, top of the third, 1-0 Miners. Well, we've been mentioning this is a remote broadcast. We'll go ahead and just share the details. We're inside my apartment and living room.
I thought we were at somebody else's apartment with a 10-second walk to your bedroom.
That would be awkward if we were at someone else's apartment. Be a rude awakening for that person.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But we want to do our best to bring the Otters broadcast to our fans, because with the team on the road, the video stream belongs to the home team, which in this case would be the Miners. So we want to, again, just try to do our best to bring more of the Otters perspective to our fans.
Been a sharp strain. They've got a good camera angle behind the pitcher's mound, just kind of off-center just a tad.
I like it. I like that look, and I'd like to see that we get that here at Bossy Field soon.
You might get your wish. 2-2 pitch to Penner. Breaking ball hit softly to the shortstop, and he makes the play. Plenty of time as Penner is out by several steps. 2 outs in the Otters half the third.
I'll be honest, what kind of made this easy for me in terms of the prep work is the fact that the Otters have seen the Miners twice in the last couple of weeks at Bossy Field, and neither team really changed the lineup or the personnel since. It was basically going into it, we both kind of knew what the lineups were going to be because we have seen the same lineups.
Southern Illinois has basically had the same, 8 or 9 all year, right?
Yeah. The newest addition we saw last week in Flete, and otherwise it was basically the same.
Back to the top of the order in DeJesus, and a big curve from Cunningham. Dips in for a strike, 0-1. That's been his best pitch tonight, that curveball.
Yeah, no, he has a great 12-6 that plays off that fastball really well. He's definitely tough to hit as a pitcher.
Yeah, he's had a pretty darn good career, I would say, in the Frontier League, not only with the Miners the last couple seasons. Of course, when I say a couple seasons, I mean going back to 2019, but last year did not happen. But also going back to previously when he was with the Washington Wild Things. I mean, he was very dominant up there as well.
Mentioned it earlier, 2019 Frontier League Pitcher of the Year. He's just got really good stuff, and there's a reason why he's so hard to hit.
2 strikes on DeJesus, and the pitch. Look out, fastball high and tight as DeJesus bails out of there. Count is 1-2. DeJesus has the only Otters hit so far this evening, leading off the ball game. It was an infield single deep in the hole between short and third. Only other base runner has been a leadoff walk in the second to J.R. Davis.
Yeah, DeJesus has really shined, I would say, in the last handful of games, especially since taking over the leadoff spot. Of course, we saw the exciting play where he stole home on Sunday at Bossy Field.
Curveball slapped out toward left, and it hangs up for Ariel Sandoval, left fielder, to come in and make a letter-high catch for out number 3 in the third. A 1-2-3 frame for Chase Cunningham through 2.5. It's the Miners 1, Otters 0. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and YouTube channel.
Centerpoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Every 6 minutes, a utility line is damaged due to reckless digging. So Indiana relies on these 811 superheroes. Derek the Builder.
I dig for a living, but I always contact 811.
Mary the Gardener.
Before I plant a tree, I contact 811.
And Mike the Contractor.
I contact 811 before I do my work.
Prevent damage or injury. Call 811 anytime or go online 811now.com. This message is sponsored by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission and this station.
Miners bat in the third with a 1-0 lead. Good part of their order up, 2, 3, and 4 against Braden Scott. With Jordan Fisher and Preston Leinebach, I'm Jevin Redmond. Zane Clodfelter is here as well, making sure our computer doesn't shut down over there.
He's doing a great job making sure the stream doesn't go down.
Yeah, he's got one job and doing it well.
He might get one later on.
Well, I guess we'll have to ask him, is this harder or easier than doing PA?
I mean, as long as he doesn't.
He's so used to talking all throughout the game. That's an overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction.
Godinho, the shortstop, leading things off in the third, has a 1-1 count after fouling the 1-0 pitch off down the right field line. He singled up the middle, the first inning off of Scott, and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. What inning is Zane coming on? What do we agree to?
I think the 7th.
7th?
He wants to sing the 7th inning stretch even.
We got a long ways till then.
Zane's going to have to be quiet for a long time.
Here's a bouncing ball up the middle. Ranging to his left is DeJesus. He throws to first, not in time. Infield single for Godinho. He's now had 2 seeing-eye singles. That one nearly squirted through to center, but DeJesus made that play close, ranging far to his left. But nonetheless, Godinho's 2 for 2 leadoff single.
Now, of course, we haven't made the road trips over the last month or so, but I really feel like DeJesus has really come along as a shortstop defensively. He's put together some very good games over the last month or so, and there was just another play there to even be able to get to that ball and then get a throw on target was incredible in itself.
And make it respectably close as well.
Yeah.
Nolan Early digs in. He flew out to center his first time up. Attacks the first pitch and hits one out toward left. On the move is Penner near the corner, and this ball bounces foul for strike one.
Just barely. There's not a whole lot of foul territory down that left field line either.
It narrows down toward the foul pole, and there's probably still like a handful of inches between the pole and the end of the wall, right in the corner, and it found that space to go foul.
Left field wall, 320 feet away. Nearly dropped in fair territory. If that's fair, I would say Godinho scores from first.
More than likely, yeah, because he's got some good speed over at first base, and this is certainly a dangerous time for Scott. He has to try to get through this inning without allowing a run.
0-1 pitch is inside to Early, 1-1. Early now batting .330 on the season with 9 home runs and 50 RBIs.
Man, it really plummeted, huh, after that flyout?
He was hitting .331 before that. Get those numbers back up. Here's the 1-1 to Early. Breaking ball, low and away, 2-1. Otters infield love a ground ball to Jesus and Davis up the middle. Got Cordero at third and Riley Crane at first base holding on Godinho, who singled up the middle leading off the inning. 2-1 pitch is hit out in toward right center field over the leaping J.R. Davis, second baseman, and it drops in for a base hit. Early had that pitch in on his hands and had enough strength to kind of fist it out toward right center field. 2 balls that weren't all that hard hit, but nonetheless the Miners had back-to-back singles leading off the third, 2 on, nobody out.
I feel like that's a lot of bad luck there for Scott. He got early jammed and just barely dropped over the head of J.R. Davis for a single.
Now the catcher Phillips heads out to have a word with Braden Scott. Mario Sandoval digs in. He singled up the middle his first time up. Miners had a chance to score in the first 2-on-2 out. Walters struck out to end the inning. Miners got a run in the second, though. 2-out walk to Mayne, and then a RBI double in the right center field from Nieto, the 9th place hitting catcher.
Of course, last time Sandoval was up to bat, he kind of got jammed himself, but was able to fight it off into right center field just again over the head of the second baseman for a base hit. Scott's inducing some weak contact, but really hasn't gotten the results thus far. See if he can get a ground ball here, maybe get a double play.
First pitch to him, breaking ball, good location, knee-high outside corner, strike one. Ariel Sandoval, he spells his name A-R-I-E-L.
I like it.
Yeah. We have a Sandoval and a Pujols playing the same game, but it's not the big leagues.
Not the big leagues. Not quite Albert and Pablo.
0-1 pitch. Ooh, that caught the inside corner, backing Sandoval off the plate. Scott may have gotten a call there on a fastball. 0-2.
Of course, you mentioned we have Preston on the broadcast. Preston,
he is
in charge of everything for the Otters digital network. Kind of helped give birth to it, I guess, if you could say that way. I think, was it back 2017 when you guys started doing some video work for that?
That was the first year of streaming the home video. And it was literally just, I think, like a couple cameras, just video.
There's a bouncing ball to first. It stays fair. Otters first baseman Riley Crane steps on the first base bag, goes to second, double play. They got the tag down in time to Jesus. Good job being aware that it was a tag play after Crane stepped on the first base bag. So that's a double play, 3-6. All of a sudden, 2 outs as Godinho does move up to third base.
Very good play by Riley Crane over there at first base. Bill has talked about how he's been so reliable. Calls him a vacuum cleaner at first base. Really eats up every ball in the dirt that's thrown his way. That was a tough pick play for him, and then be able to get to the bag, step on, and fire a strike over to second base in time for the double play. That's a big sequence there for the Evansville Otters. But still not completely clear yet. Running on third base with 2 outs. You have to make sure you keep the ball in front of you if you're Dakota Phillips on any pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, Walter's a good hitter as well at the plate. The 0-1 had him out in front. It's popped up. Foul territory, third base side, and this one goes into the stands about the 5th row. Down the third base line, quickly 2 strikes on Walters, who struck out in the first inning. A chance to capitalize with 2-on-2 out. A chance to redeem himself here, man at third with 2 outs.
Now, you might remember this, or Preston, you might know this. Gateway, do they have turf at their field?
Yes, they do.
Okay. I'm going to ask you this question, Jevin, that Zane wants to ask me. When you're playing on a turf field, if the pitch is below the zone and hits the ground, are you saying it's in the dirt or in the turf?
0-2 pitch, inside 1-2. Well, if you were listening earlier, I said in the turf.
Okay, I said in the dirt on that last pitch because it's just a force of habit.
Yeah. So I will say, yeah, when I guess I started doing games for the first time with turf fields, it was kind of a habit thing, but now I'm used to it, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure you used that with UE baseball too. Do they play on quite a few turf fields?
Well, their field is turf now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been to their stadium before, so pardon me. Sorry.
2-2.
I'm not for sure with the new teams going to the French League, but I know at least on this side of the French League, Evansville and Schaumburg are the only ones that have natural fields. The rest of them are all turf.
The more you know.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Walters. Man at third base, 2 outs, and a swing and a miss. Scott strikes out Walters for the second time tonight. Miners get the first 2 guys on, but do not score, leaving Godinho at third base. After 3, it's the Miners 1, Otters nothing. This is the Otters Digital Network on the Otters YouTube channel.
Come be a part of a nationally recognized program in criminal justice. The Criminal Justice Program at Oakland City University provides students with in-depth knowledge in the fields of law enforcement, forensics, corrections, and juvenile justice. Learn through hands-on experiences and train in areas of investigative forensics, criminology, and police administration. A career-focused major is in your reach and all in a Christian university setting that feels like home. Oakland City University.
Top of the fourth inning. Evansville down 1-0 against the Miners here at Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois. 2, 3, and 4 up for Evansville here against Cunningham, trying to figure out this right-hander who has been excellent so far through the first 3 innings. Miles Gordon leads off, left-handed batter, and first pitch to him is a big curve that bends in for a strike. Gordon bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up, 3-6 on the putout.
If there was ever a section of the Otters lineup that you want to try to come up in this situation, I think it's this part right here. Gordon, McNamee, Crane, followed by J.R. Davis. Really a chance to get back and maybe get a run on the board and tie this ball game. Because really, all things considered, I think Evansville's pretty fortunate to not be down more after how Scott was able to work out that jam.
1-2 now on Gordon, called strike.
I say Scott worked out, but really, it was a big help from his defense. Crane with that great play at first base and able to turn the double play still. Helped salvage that last half inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes here on Gordon. He'll be followed by Elijah McNamee and Riley Crane in the Otters half of the fourth. Otters have not had a base runner past first base so far through the first 3 innings. The 1-2 is low and inside, 2-2.
You kind of touched on it earlier. DeJesus started the game off with a single, then Gordon grounded into a fielder's choice that kept him at first, and then McNamee also grounded into a fielder's choice that kept him at first before Crane struck out. And since then, they have not had a base runner reach.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3 is called. Knee high inside corner. Gordon gets the ring up. Another strikeout for Cunningham.
By my tally, that's already 4 for him. 3 swinging, the first one looking right there.
And that is the first out of the fourth inning as it brings in Elijah McNamee, who also hit into a fielder's choice. 5-4 his first time up.
McNamee, again, we talked about him being one of the better hitters for the Otters this season. Has a great bat in general, puts the ball in play quite often, leads the team in batting average, but also has good power to all parts of the field. As we'll see if he can work a good at-bat here against Chase Cunningham and get the Otters their first base runner since the beginning of the second inning when they drew a walk from J.R. Davis. First pitch, 0-1. As Cunningham works the windup and blows a fastball right past McNamee, it's 0-2.
And McNamee had a big Sunday series finale against the Crushers at Bosse Field. One of the hit leaders in the game, and had a big double as well, which he kind of needed. It looked like he was his timing was a little off earlier in the homestand. So it looked like maybe on Sunday he was starting to get that timing back.
And again, we mentioned we don't cover the team we don't follow the team on the road, I should say, but it feels like McNamee's been a little bit more of a slump over the last couple weeks, and perhaps that game on Sunday will get him out of that slump and get into a little bit hot streak.
Here's a 1-2 pitch to McNamee. It's a curveball in the turf, 2-2. Riley Crane on deck. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Miners. No runs, 1 hit, no errors so far for the Otters as Cunningham approaching 60 pitches.
Didn't like it, shook his catcher off and going to step off and reset.
Base is empty, 1 out. McNamee twirls that bat in the right-handed batter's box. Now he sets himself, and from the line, the 2-2 from Cunningham. Swing and a miss, blew right by McNamee, back-to-back Ks.
Cunningham really seems to be getting into a groove, and if you're Evansville, that's something you want to try to get, kind of stopped. Get some momentum going, get a couple base runners on, and put him in a pressure situation. He really hasn't seen a pressure situation since the second at-bat of the game.
So 2 fast outs. Here is Riley Crane now. 5 strikeouts in the game for Cunningham. Crane is one of those 5 strikeouts. Ending the first inning, he takes a fastball that tails away, ball 1. The Otters on the road this year, they are 17-15. Good record at home at Bosse Field, 27-12. That's been the main difference. Here's a curveball that misses outside, ball 2. And against the West, which has been a strong division with Evansville, Florence, and Southern Illinois, they're 21-12 against West opponents. But that's the recipe for success, and hopefully the playoffs is, win 2/3 of your home games and then play about 500 on the road, and that's right about where Evansville is. Here's a curveball, strike call, 2-1.
Well, and the big thing is this year only one team is going to make it out of that West Division. So it's going to be a battle for that spot between Florence and Southern Illinois as well as Evansville, and unfortunately, 2 of those teams aren't going to make it, and they'll probably have one of the better records in the league. But That's how baseball works sometimes.
2-1 pitch to Riley Crane. He rips one into right center field for a 2-out base knock. Crane takes a turnaround first. He's trying for second. Good throw will get him, but it's offline. And a hustling double for Riley Crane. His 18th double of the season, and the Otters have a man in scoring position with 2 outs.
That could be the jolt Evansville needs. Riley Crane driving the ball to the gap, thinking 2 right out of the box. Now you get a chance where if Davis gets a base hit, which he's certainly capable of, Crane with good enough speed, he could score from second base pretty easily.
And on Sunday, Davis had a home run, went to deep left field with that home run. The first one he had since early July, as he was up and down since. So hopefully he has a little bit more confidence in the middle of the Otters lineup to back up the likes of McNamee and Crane as well.
He knew that ball was gone too when he hit it.
Oh yeah, he did.
Not quite like Cordero, who had a bat flip.
J.R. Davis, a big swing and a miss, strike 1.
That bat flip he had against Southern Illinois was a little zesty. That's the word I'll use to describe it.
Davis walked leading off the second. Man at second base now with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch is slashed foul. First base side 0-2. Back to that Crane double. I liked his thinking there. 2 outs. Hits have been hard to come off of against Cunningham, trying to get in scoring position. So 1 base knock would tie the game up.
Just try to do damage and get the game back level and reset it.
Yeah, going back to the postseason format, a lot of people don't like it, but it was just something the French League hopefully just did for this year, because at the time when they made the rules for this year, there's a pandemic still in the midst and trying to limit travel. So hopefully going back into next year, it'll be more of a normal postseason format where that includes some wild card teams.
Curveball misses low to J.R. Davis. 1-2 with Crane at second base. 2 outs. Otters down 1-0 in the 4th.
Really just happy to have baseball back in general after missing all of the 2020 season.
Davis looking for RBI number 48. Takes in the turf. 2-2. Breaking toward third is the runner, and the throw down to third base is not in time. Crane makes it safely. On the wild pitch. And so the tying run now 90 feet away with 2 outs.
That's just a good read off the bounce for Crane, who, for him, he's not the most fastest guy on the team, but when you get a good read off the bounce, a wild pitch like that, you have a chance to get over there to the scoring position at third base now, 90 feet, like you said.
2-2 pitch. Popped up foul down the right field line. Back to the playoff format now, as we have established, 4 teams go, your 4 division winners. Now, both rounds, best of 5, correct?
Correct, yep.
Will it be a 2-2-1 format?
I believe it's going to be the usual 2-3, where the first 2 is at what would be technically, I guess, the higher seed, the lower seed, however you view it.
The worst seed.
That's right, the worst seed. Whereas the actual better record team will host the last 3.
Okay.
Again, just trying to limit travel as much as possible.
There's a swing and a foul off the bat of J.R. Davis, staying tough with 2 strikes.
Talked about how Crane doesn't have the best speed in the world, but he has decent speed. I do believe, if I remember correctly, after being at Rent One Park in the past, that backstop's not very far away from home plate if a ball does bounce away on the turf. It'll be tough to get in a wild pitch.
That is right. It's not. At least it's not as far back as Bossy Field's backstop. But so as things stand, if the playoffs were to start today, Evansville will be facing Schaumburg in the first round, the leader of the Central Division, which those 2 teams have pretty good competitive history in recent years, and also going back to the 2017 postseason.
2-2 pitch, fouled off the catcher's mitt.
Great at bat by Jared Davis. 4 foul balls with a 2-2 count.
Pitcher Cunningham gets a new baseball, walks around the mound, part of his jersey in the front coming untucked.
I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't try to bounce a curveball here. Just try to get that 12-6 action.
How about a wild pitch? What do you say? Overhead wind, the 2-2. Breaking ball hit to the right side. Second baseman is there to gobble up. And that is Flete, and he fires a strike to first for the out, and the Otters strand a man at third. Davis, good AB, hit it hard to the right side, but right to Flete, the second baseman, and as the Miners come back to the plate in the home half of the 4th, Southern Illinois leads Evansville 1-0. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube channel.
We love our kids and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers health insurance for children up to age 18 at low or no cost. From doctor visits to dental care, Anthem is here to put resources at your fingertips and simple solutions within your reach. And that is something to smile about. Call 1-800-403-0864 to enroll today. To learn more, visit anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Welcome back as this game moves to the home half of the fourth inning. Miners in front, 1-0. They've out-hit Evansville 5-2. First pitch of the bottom of the fourth inning is a curve from Brocato, or to Brocato, the DH. It's inside ball one. Brocato wears the number 7, right-handed batter, and Scott delivers low again. As it is the 6, 7, 8 hitters up for the Miners. The next from Scott. Got the call there, knee-high outside corner, borderline pitch.
Of course, you always want your starter to have a quick inning as many times as possible, but I think it's imperative for the Evansville Otters to have a quick inning here. Let Scott get quick work, get right back up to bat, see if you can put more pressure on Cunningham, because they did a little bit in that last half inning.
2-1 pitch tails away to Brocato, the DH, who struck out leading off the second. Ahead in the count here, though, 3-1, and from the wind, the pitch. Walked him, ball 4. So now back-to-back innings, the Miners have had the leadoff man on. And Jordan, you and I have talked about this. Otters pretty fortunate to be only down 1-0. The Miners have had good chances in the first 3 innings to really capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the real situation, I think, in the 3rd inning where it really could have snowballed there, but that double play really helped get Scott out of that jam. You're working against the bottom half of the order. Certainly, Mangieri is somebody that's strikeout prone, but you're dealing with the lower half. You really have to be careful here and not let this snowball and become a big run.
Mangieri was jammed the first pitch, and he lifts a lazy fly ball into right. Elijah McNamee gets some action for the first time tonight, making the catch. And there's one away as Mangieri is now 0 for 2.
He'll take 1 pitch outs, that's for sure, if you want to work quickly.
Batter now is Jared Mayne, who walked and scored in the second, and when the Miners got their run, it was an inning that appeared to be a breeze for Scott. He got the first 2 guys out, and a walk to Mayne, and Nieto, the 9th place hitting catcher, drove him in with an RBI double into right center field.
Well, I didn't think it would be an RBI double to score him from first base, but I had touched on that. When you get to 2 outs and you fall behind in the count 3-0, you don't really want to walk him and allow a 2-out rally to start, and they were able to get a run off of it, and credit to the Miners for that, but it's still just a 1-run ball game, so there's obviously still plenty of time for Evansville to get back into it. But again, a similar situation. You can't let it get away from you here in this inning.
Strike called to Jared Mayne, Miners center fielder. 1 on and 1 out. 1 strike pitch. Pickoff attempt down to first base, and he's safe. 1-1. I'm sorry, the count is... Yeah, that's correct. 1-1. They had a 2-1 on the board. It's 1-1. All right, Preston. Well, an exciting night coming up on Friday at Bosse Field, I'm told. Several things going on.
That's right. This Friday, when the Otters return home to begin a 6-game homestand, three-game weekend series with the Gateway Grizzlies. Friday is 90s night. It'll be the last decades night, if you will, of the series for this season. Earlier in the year, we had 50s and then 70s night. This will be 90s night on Friday with our partners at the Arc of Evansville. We'll have sliming 90s music, and the Otters will be wearing replica throwback jerseys as well, back to the 90s. Also, we'll have a guest appearance with Chick McGee and Josh Arnold from the Bob and Tom Show. So looking forward to having them out, be a part of the pregame ceremonies, as well as making their appearance in the press box for 7th inning stretch, and of course signing up out front to greet the fans as they walk in with the gates opening.
So all kinds of stuff going on at Friday, as Preston mentioned, Gateway in town, and also Windy City for a 6-game homestand.
We know who's real excited about the Bob and Tom Show coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Zane will stop talking about how he's going to get to see Chick McGee.
2-2 pitches up and away, 3-2. Has Zane ever met anyone from the Bob and Tom Show?
No, it's up.
Saw that.
Yeah, and according to some of my sources, they've been talking about their upcoming appearance at the Otters frequently here lately. So
3 balls, 2 strikes here on Mayne. Runner at first base, 1 out. And the pitch is inside. That's now 2 walks in the inning. Miners have first and second with 1 out.
Be kind of an interesting upcoming homestand with Gateway and Windy City. Record-wise, they don't look great in the standings. However, Evansville's kind of had a tough time against those two teams in the last month in their respective trips to Gateway and Windy City. So we'll see how that plays out with Windy City coming to town next week. We hope to be able to see our good friend Connor Onion back in town. He came with the team earlier in the summer, so we'll hopefully see him back at Bosse Field next week.
Well, the Otters, after their 6-game homestand with Gateway this weekend, Windy City next week, will be a huge stretch, a 10-game road trip in the thick of a playoff chase. That road trip will take them to Gateway, back to Southern Illinois once again, and Schaumburg for a 4-game series. And then they will wrap up the regular season with 6 at home, 3 against Joliet and 3 against Lake Erie. Ball 1 here to Nieto, who has the lone RBI of the game, a double, back in the second, has a chance to drive in more here with 2 on and 1 out. And the 1-0 pitch to Nieto is headed home. On the corner, strike is called, 1-1.
We touched on this a little bit so far. Really, in this inning specifically, in that second inning, it was Mayne that got things started with 2 outs and a walk, ended up scoring on that double from Nieto. So far in this 4th inning, both base runners reaching via the walk. So walks really coming back to bite Scott here and puts him in a bit of a tough situation with 2 on and only 1 out.
1-1 pitch, low, 2-1.
And again, the number 9 hitter up to bat here. Potentially dangerous to turn it over to the top of the order with runners in scoring position if Nieto were to reach or even drive one in and extend the lead.
Walks normally hurt you, and there have been 2.
They definitely don't help you.
Here in this 4th inning, they do not, unless you get a ground ball double play. 2-1 pitch. It is lifted foul down the right field line, 2-2.
Which we have seen 2 of those tonight between both sides. Miners got one 6-3, and Evansville got one 3-6.
Well, Nieto has that catcher's frame, big right-handed slugger. There's a very colorful arm sleeve on his right elbow area. Tugs at his helmet, and the 2-2 pitch to Nieto. Breaking ball, just got a piece as he bounces it foul, third base side.
Just a really good pitch there by Braden Scott, and a great job by Nieto to fight it off and stay alive.
It's back to the top of the order unless Nieto hits into a double play here. Brocato off of second, Mayne off of first. 71 pitches so far for Scott. From the belt, looks towards second and delivers. A ground ball left side. This could be 2. The third baseman steps on the bag, throws across the diamond, double play. 5-3 erases the threat It was Cordero, the third baseman, who got a belt-high hop, trotted to the third, stepped on the bag, and zipped it across the diamond for the double play. So 2 walks do not hurt Braden Scott. Miners spoil another opportunity, and after 4, it's a Miners 1, Otters nothing on the Otters Digital Network and Otters YouTube channel.
Fix up your home with Heritage. Our home improvement financing options can help you change your home now and pay for it over time. Upgrade your home. Make home repairs. Remodel a kitchen. Build a new deck. Add a new room. Remodel your bath. Update appliances. Whether it's a small weekend project or a large renovation, Heritage Federal Credit Union can help you finance your improvements today. Fix up your home with Heritage.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Top of the 5th inning, Miners lead the Otters 1-0. Glad you could join us. I'm Jeff and Redmond with Jordan Fisher, Preston Lindenbach. Yes, we are just a few innings away from Zane Claude Felter.
He is anxiously awaiting over there.
Look at him pacing over there. I mean, he's getting his workout in.
He's been doing a great job of making sure the stream stays on the TV.
Well, as we mentioned, he has one job, and he's doing it well. As long as you don't fall asleep, you're okay.
Yeah. Every role is important in this.
Hey, before we start the top of the 5th inning, Jordan Fisher has a scoreboard update.
Yeah, so right now it's 1-1 in the Florence and Sussex County game. Bottom of the 8th, Sussex County is up to bat. Nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position. So they are threatening to take the lead late in that one. And, of course, if you're an Otters fan, that is a very big deal if Florence can lose that game.
Otters start to play 1 game up on Florence for first place in the division. Dakota Phillips on 1-0, pulls it. Fair, diving play by the first baseman Mangieri. He flips to the pitcher Cunningham covering. Nice job on both parts. 3-1 on the putout, and there's 1 away.
Phillips hit that ball hard right down the line. A great play by Mangieri, and then, of course, Cunningham to cover the bag quickly, able to get the first down of the inning. But, of course, we just talked about the score update there between Florence and Sussex County. Really, it's a moot point if Evansville can't end up getting a win when Florence loses, because then you're not really gaining any ground. Or building more ground, I guess. It would just all be for nothing.
First pitch here to Cordero, the Evansville third baseman. He slashes it foul, first base side. Cordero hit into a 6-3 double play, ending the second inning. Nobody on, 1 out, and the 0-1 pitch is dropped by the catcher. Goes to the backstop. Pitch was low anyways, 1-1. Otters have just 2 hits tonight. That was from DeJesus leading off the game, but also a 2-out double from Riley Crane last inning.
Cordero only came into tonight's game batting .205. He has 2 home runs, 4 doubles, but he has really got a lot of power in that bat when he makes contact. He hits it hard.
Pop-up foul, first base side, 1-2 on Cordero. Started play hitting just over 200. A couple of home runs, 16 RBIs.
Just really like the power potential he has, because when he connects on a baseball, you know it.
Another ground ball punch foul, first base side. Well, of course, have both games after tonight of the series, tomorrow and Thursday, right back here. 7:05 first pitch for all of them, correct?
Zane will get to talk plenty tomorrow.
He will be on tomorrow. Pitch foul, first base side.
Of course, throughout the rest of the season, you'll hear a mix of both of us. I'm sure you'll hear Zing a couple times here and there. Cole Carter will also be on the broadcasts.
Here's a bouncing ball to second, and Flette, the second baseman, takes care of Cordero. 2 fast outs in the Evansville 5th.
And there also will be another, and at this time is TBA for Friday nights, because I know you gentlemen will be busy with high school football, so as well as Cole. So
yeah, week 1
see who
starting
that other
Friday.
voice might be.
Man, last year there wasn't anything going on. Now there's too much going on.
Yeah, this is true. Because last year, whenever I did football for covering the Castle Knights, there was no baseball season to work with, too, so it was like a breeze. But now I'm going to have to juggle that along with work. Be all right.
Here's a sharp curveball again from Cunningham. He has had good control of that breaking ball tonight. Knee-high strike to Pujols, who struck out leading off the 3rd.
Of course, I say that like Jevin doesn't have 37 different broadcasts to do in a week. Refereeing during basketball season, too.
Not refereeing at the moment. Here's a pitch, high ball 1.
Well, no, but during the basketball season. Or did you not referee this past year?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did, yes. Plenty of games.
Oh, wait, that's right. We had a couple of your games whenever.
1-1 to Pujols is lifted in the air down the right field line, 1 and 2.
Preston never stops working.
Well, as the 2 a.m. email indicates, he never does shut down. Did you even sleep last night?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, like I said, I actually took a little nap earlier in the evening. That
Running
lasted
off that-
longer than I'd hoped.
Running off that 2-hour nap.
Woke up, got some work done, and then his full swings and misses. Eventually got back to sleep, I guess it was around 3 a.m., and got up for my normal time to head to the ballpark.
So Pujols strikes out, ending the 5th. Second time he has struck out against Cunningham. It's a 1-2-3 5th inning for the Miners right-hander. Halfway home, 1-0 Miners on the Otters Digital Network and Otters YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Halfway home this one, Miners in front, 1-0. They scored in the 2nd. 2-out RBI double from Nieto, their catcher, played at Jared Mayne. And at the top of the order here against Braden Scott, it'll be Flette, Godinho, and Early. All right, Jordan Fisher, you have some good news for us.
Yep, so Sussex County ended up taking the lead. They're up 3-1 still. Batting action, that inning just ended. So they're heading to the top of the 9th with a 3-1 lead against Florence, a chance to close it out. And Florence looking like if they can't rally in the 9th, they will fall back another half game of Evansville, and a chance for the Otters to maybe come back and get a victory here and extend their lead in the standings.
Frontier League Live TV scoreboard update
There you
for
go.
you.
Frontier League Live TV scoreboard update.
Is it brought to you by anybody?
The Frontier League TV.
Oh.
The platform on which we are streaming.
We just finished up our Centerpoint Energy Centerpoint of the game. So Riley Crane had the deer head double-decker double earlier in the game.
Now, why didn't we get one of those foam light bulbs?
Here's a ground ball to second, and Flete is taken care of 4-3 on the putout.
And that's just a normal ground ball, no sponsor.
Now, we talked about the sponsorship coming up Friday night with Arc of Evansville. I'm telling you, Zane, I'm going to stay on you about this. I want one of those themed T-shirts. I need one.
That's right. There is also a shirt giveaway.
I cannot get there for the game.
Yes. So the shirts, yeah, it's going to be kind of a nice. If you grew up watching Nickelodeon early,
Nickelodeon,
90s, you'll know exactly what the look's going to look like when you see it on Friday.
It's got the splat on the
That's right.
T-shirt, right? That's what I want.
Here's a strike to Godinho, who's 2 for 2 in the game. Nobody on, 1 out in the 5th, 1-0 Miners. And the 0-1 pitch here from Scott. Swing and a miss on a curve, 0-2. All right, I have a question for you. We'll go around the room. Favorite show on Nickelodeon growing up as a kid was what? We'll start with Jordan Fisher.
I think it has to be SpongeBob. I don't think there's a debate.
Okay. Preston?
I mean, that's obviously one of them popular.
Here's a line drive down the left field out the bat of Godinho, and he's 3 for 3 now. He has been a thorn in the side of Braden Scott, a 1-out double here in the 5th. He now has 2 singles and a double, his 10th double of the season.
And another runner in scoring position for the Miners here. Just 1 out away in the 5th.
For me, and I guess where I grew, Drake and Josh. For me, I don't know. I guess is that's. Yeah.
That counts. I mean, it's a Nickelodeon show.
I mean, technically it was called Teen Nick, I think, back at the time.
It's still a Nickelodeon show.
But yeah. Of course, there's also Ned's Survival Guide back in the day.
Yeah. Ned's Declassified, School Survival Guide. Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Zane, what's your answer? All that was great.
Okay.
You know what? I will say, since we're bringing that up, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Legends of the Hidden Temple on Nickelodeon?
Yes, I love that show.
That was a fantastic show.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's a fly ball into a shallow right center field.
You asked the question.
Off the bat, I did. I take the blame. So early attack, the first pitch from Scott pops it up into shallow right center field. The second baseman J.R. Davis makes the catch, 2 outs as Godinho holds put at second base. And there is 2 away now for Ariel Sandoval. I would say, to wrap up this conversation, my favorite show on at Nickelodeon, and I think it was on Nickelodeon, but Double Dare 2000.
What Zane just said. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a show that I thought it was so cool because it was like a trivia show, and it was like, but no, it wasn't. Those, I'm thinking of a different one. Sorry, ignore me.
Also, I would go with. I thought a good show was Rocket Power too.
Rocket Power was great. That's when I learned you couldn't wear socks with sandals. I did not want to be called a shoebie in school.
I just want to also add for our fans listening that this Saturday at Bosse Field will be the rescheduled Princess Night. If you recall earlier back in the season, we had Princess Night, got rained out, so come back out, see your favorite princess characters with the Women's Hospital Deaconess, as well as the Public Education Foundation with us on Saturday night at the ballpark.
I will be able to make it for that one.
Runner at second base, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch to a Sandoval is a high fly ball deep into left field. Back is Penner on the track. He makes the catch for out number 3. And once again, the Miners strand a runner in scoring position, ending the 5th inning. Sandoval gave it a ride, but the ball hung up in time for Penner to get under it on the warning track and make the catch. After 5 innings from Marion, it's the Miners 1, Otters nothing on the Otters Digital Network and Otters YouTube channel.
Welcome to a place that feels like home. A place that cares about all of you. Built to help you grow in more ways than you could possibly imagine. To make new friends, travel new paths, soar to new heights, and deepen your spiritual experience. Welcome to Oakland City University.
Centerpoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Top of the 6th inning, Otters back to work, trying to figure out Cunningham to get a run across the plate. They trail 1-0. Cunningham starts this inning at 82 pitches. So this could be his final inning of work as he delivers a strike here to Andrew Penner. 9-1-2 up for Evansville. Penner bounced out to short his first time up. Otters are being out hit 6-2 in the game, and the 0-1 pitch is lifted out toward a shallow center field, sinking quickly, and it drops in for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Mayne. There you go. There's a leadoff single for Evansville. Penner on base.
Just how they wanted to get a start here. Now brings up the top of the order with DeJesus and then Gordon to follow suit. We saw both of them work good at-bats in their previous 2 at-bats against Cunningham, so maybe a chance to get a runner in scoring position, do some damage.
Yeah, DeJesus single leading off the game, and then he had a hard hit ball to Sandoval his last time up, but lined out to the left fielder. So as DeJesus brings in, we bring in our 4th member to the broadcast.
He was so anxiously waiting.
It is Zane Cloudfelter. You hear him at Bossy Field during home games. How are you, Zane?
I'm doing great. You know who Tony La Russa would love?
I don't know.
Andrew Penner, because he's the 9 guy getting on base to lead off an inning. So basically a second leadoff man for Evansville now.
Yeah. He's been batting that 9-hole pretty well all season.
He has, and he's batted really well.
Not a whole lot of power, but good contact, decent speed.
Started play batting 257, Penner did. No balls and a strike on DeJesus. Cunningham from the stretch glares in. He does have 1 double play turned behind him tonight. That was back in the 2nd.
Give you a score update after this next pitch.
The pitch. Foul ball left side. All right, all yours.
Sussex County does defeat Florence by a score of 3-1. They hold on in that 9th inning. Florence really never truly threatening. I don't think they've got a runner in scoring position, but that moves Florence a half game back of Evansville now. And if Evansville can rally and win this game, it'll create more separation between not only Southern Illinois but also Florence.
On the FrontierLeagueTV.com scoreboard, Big Red.
Sorry, I'm not used to reading that because I don't say it at Bossy Field all the time like you do. But you know, you got to get your plugs in where you can.
It is amazing, though, in 2016 when you guys were last with the team, how the technology has evolved within the league just 5 years later.
Absolutely. And that's across all the different sports between both of the sports that we've broadcasted. I think I can speak for both of us.
2-strike pitch to DeJesus is fouled. Back to the screen, healthy rip.
And Jordan, you work with it with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. And
yep, shameless plug. We are an affiliate of the IHSA TV network.
And a really good one in Southwest Indiana, which is a hotbed for football and basketball. Both.
So we have not got to do football just yet. We actually broke away from the team we were with and kind of created our own thing, now called Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. So we'll be doing our first season as basketball underneath that name, but then we do hope to add football in the future as well because, like you said, it is a hotbed for not only football but also basketball.
Count is 1-2 here on DeJesus. A fastball is wasted up and away. Runner at first base is Penner. He's a tying run, top of the 6th. Leadoff single to center. DeJesus batting first in the Otters lineup tonight. Gordon and McNamee follows unless there's a double play ball. 1-2 pitch to DeJesus, the Otters shortstop. He takes high and inside, 2-2.
And Jeff, and we talked with DeJesus, Andy, on Sunday for an upcoming Otters TV interview. The Indiana State product was thankful that he never had to play at the University of Evansville because when he played in the Valley, it was still natural grass before the renovation of German American Bank Field.
So DeJesus from the left side, the 2-2 pitch to him is another foul. Good AB here from Andy. What year do you remember he graduated from Indiana State? Or
I'm pretty sure 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Right? Yeah, 2016, because he then played for the Gary Railcats and Greg Tackert up in the American Association.
Two balls and 2 strikes on DeJesus, making Cunningham work. This will be pitch number 90 of the night. A ground ball, right side, backhanded by the first baseman. He goes a second out. The return throw to first is not in time. The ball gets away from the pitcher Cunningham, who was covering first base, but not far enough for DeJesus to make second base, so it's a fielder's choice. 3-6, good play by Mangieri, ranging off the first base bag to his backhand, and gets a lead man.
Sure, at this stage in the game, the Otters are begging to get to second base just to have a runner in scoring position. It's Been really hard to get that far on the base paths.
Only had one, that crane double, and then the wild pitch to get him to third base, but they stranded him there. Again, like we said this earlier in the first inning, DeJesus a threat to run with one out, and the way this game is going, I would not be surprised to see at all DeJesus on the run to try to get into second base for Gordon, and then McNamee to follow from there.
And he certainly has the speed.
Oh, yeah. 16 stolen bases on the year.
And sometimes you just have to make the defense make a play to get that runner trying to advance. You have to be perfect.
This could be a chance here with Gordon. Again, I haven't, watched the Otters a ton, but in the few games that I have this year, Gordon handles the bat pretty well. Good speed from DeJesus at first. Here's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch by Cunningham, 0-1.
Now, something to note here, too, is Nieto has a very strong arm. So he is good at throwing out base runners. I don't know exactly what his percentage is, but seeing the minors enough at Bossy Field throughout the season, he's certainly no slouch back there behind the plate. So it will be tough to steal on him, along with Cunningham's good move to home plate.
Boy, Cunningham whips it over there on those pickoff attempts, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a good move to first, and he delivers it quickly home. It's tough to get a good jump against him. Certainly not impossible, but he definitely doesn't make it easy.
And he had a really good last outing against Evansville in his last start at Bossy Field. That's for certain as well.
Swing and a miss, 0-2 on Gordon. Tied him up with that pitch.
He's got a really nice slider that you saw there, diving down and in at that back knee. To couple that with that 12-6 curveball that he has that goes from top of the zone to out of it, along with that fastball that sits, I believe, in the lower 90s. He's a complete pitcher.
Gordon behind the count, 2 strikes here. Man at first base, 1 out. And a smash into center field. Hit it hard, sinking quickly. The catch is made by the center fielder Mayne. Throws back to first. It's a double play. Not sure if DeJesus was off with that pitch or if he misread it or if he thought there was 2 outs. Anyways, it's a double play on the line drive, 8-3. Hard hit ball from Gordon. Tough luck for Evansville. Miners bat in the 6th, leading 1-0. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube channel.
Every 6 minutes, a utility line is damaged due to reckless digging. So Indiana relies on these 811 superheroes. Derek the Builder.
I dig for a living, but I always contact 811.
Mary the Gardener.
Before I plant a tree, I contact 811.
And Mike the Contractor.
I contact 811 before I do my work.
Prevent damage or injury. Call 811 anytime or go online 811now.com. This message is sponsored by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission and this station.
Come be a part of a nationally recognized program in criminal justice. The Criminal Justice Program at Oakland City University provides students with in-depth knowledge in the fields of law enforcement, forensics, corrections, and juvenile justice. Learn through hands-on experiences and train in areas of investigative forensics, criminology, and police administration. A career-focused major is in your reach and all in a Christian university setting that feels like home. Oakland City University.
Home half the 6th inning as Ian Walters struts to the plate. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters up against Braden Scott, who he has been playing with fire most of the night. Only giving up that 1 run, though, in the second. Miners have left 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on base. Walters, tough evening, 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts and a swing and a miss, strike 1. I mentioned earlier, kind of a sparse crowd at Rent-One Park tonight. They have trickled in a bit more throughout the game behind home plate. And from the line, the 0-1 to Walters leading off this home half. The 6th is sprayed foul, third base side, 0-2. And Zane Clodfelter, there are a few Otters fans in attendance we've noticed on camera.
There are the monitors in our studio showing us the Heelys and the Knights at the ballpark. So it's good to see some Evansville representation at Rent-One Park. Jevin?
Think they're tuning to us, or are they locked into the game there?
They're probably tuning into us. They love us.
Up and away to Walters. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brocato and Mangieri to follow. Miners have 6 hits. Otters with 3 hits.
Scott's at 84 pitches. Assuming he can work quickly through this inning, then he might be able to get 1 more. But if it's anywhere near a lengthy inning as he gets the swinging strike 3 there against Watkins, or Walters, excuse me. But thinking that this could be his last inning of work.
Yeah, Walters won't sleep well tonight. That's his 3rd strikeout, and he hasn't been close to the plate.
1 more for my favorite term in baseball. Gotta get there, though.
He will bat again in this game, I would think. Here's Brocato, the DH. Walking a strikeout. First pitch to him. Knee high. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Give Braden Scott a lot of credit. I mean, the pitching depth at Indiana University, where he came from, was really deep. The starting rotation all drafted in the MLB draft.
Strike 2 on the corner to Brocato. Good fastball there from Scott. Working quickly here in the 6th.
The Hoosiers come from a solid, they're a solid program. Missed the tournament barely this year with a rough stretch the last couple of weeks.
Breaking ball down and inside here to Brocato, 1-2.
Zane, you know as well as anybody else, being that you're such an avid IU follower, but their baseball program has put out quite a few professionals over the last few years. One name that stands out to me, of course, is Kyle Schwarber.
Strike 3 called to Brocato. Back-to-back Ks for Scott. Painted the outside corner. Second time Brocato has struck out against Scott.
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber. Sam Travis has appeared for the Boston Red Sox the last couple of years, who was also on that same College World Series team. And then Dickerson for the San Francisco Giants, also as a Hoosier product as well. So there's a lot of them that have played for Tracy Smith, Chris Lamonis, and then now Jeff Mercer.
It's now 6 strikeouts for Scott in the game. 2 away in the 6th, and Mangieri digs, and he's played a good first base tonight. Takes a strike on the corner.
Once again, Scott faced here with an opportunity with getting the first 2 out really quickly. Like to see him get the 3 up, 3 down, head into the top half of the 7th with a little bit of momentum on the mound, and maybe be able to get 1 more inning of pitch.
0-1 pitch is cut on a missed. Had him out in front. 0-2, and I get that quick inning here for Scott.
I think that would be big for Evansville, because in a game like this, you want to try to keep your starter out there as long as you possibly can to save your bullpen in what should be a tightly contested series over these next 3 days.
2-strike pitch is lined foul over the Otters dugout, third base side. Otters up the third base line, Miners first base line. Scott looking for a strikeout, number 7, and trying to fan the side in the 6th. He winds and he fires. Outside, wasted, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Don't mind that pitch there, though. Trying to throw that slider low and off the plate. See if he'll go chase just a little bit too far outside.
Otters, when they bat in the 7th, will have 3, 4, and 5 up. McNamee, Crane, and Davis.
As Mike Shannon would say, old Abner right on duty.
1-2 offering. Another foul ball, third base side, as Mangieri stays alive. We're coming up on at 9 o'clock here back in Evansville. This game happening in Marion. A little bummed we don't have a station ID, Preston.
We can pretend, Jevin.
I could. Just stay quiet for 10 seconds.
Right.
Another 1-2 offering. Breaking ball, pulled to the right side. Routine play for J.R. Davis, the Evansville second baseman. He throws out Mangieri. And a routine 1-2-3 inning for Braden Scott. He struck out 2 and got a ground out there from Mangieri. After 6, it's still 1-0 Miners on the Otters Digital Network and Otters YouTube channel.
We love our kids and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers health insurance for children up to age 18 at low or no cost. From doctor visits to dental care, Anthem is here to put resources at your fingertips and simple solutions within your reach. And that is something to smile about. Call 1-800-403-0864 to enroll today. To learn more, visit anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Top of the 7th, Evansville needs some runs. They're down 1-0. The meaty part of the lineup coming up, 3, 4, and 5, Elijah McNamee, Riley Crane, and J.R. Davis. Still in this game is Chase Cunningham. He's been dynamite so far through the first 6 innings. No runs, 3 hits. And he will deliver pitch number 95 to start the top of the 7th. The first pitch to McNamee is outside, ball 1. Elijah tonight has hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice, and he's also struck out swinging. The overhead wind in the 1-0. Breaking ball, knee-high outside corner. The count's even.
Jordan and I in the press box have watched a lot of games together. It's surprising to see the 3, 4, and 5 spots for the Otters this late in the game in the 7th with only 1 hit total.
1-1 pitch, high fly ball. Routine, though, for the center fielder, Jared Mayne. He backs up a few steps and makes the catch, and McNamee is 0 for 3 as he flies out to center to start the 7th.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that, Zane. Really, this part of the order has been the most reliable part of the order for the Otters all throughout the season. And if they want to get back into this ballgame and tie this up, I think this is the inning you're going to have to do the damage. Just because Cunningham's getting up there in pitch count, you really want to get that game tied before Scott leaves the game to get him off the hook for pitching as well as he has tonight.
Riley Crane could tie it up with 1 swing of the bat. He has 14 home runs this year. Sort of play batting .294, 63 RBIs. Team lead there in that category by a wide margin. Tonight he's struck out. He's also doubled to right center field. The 0-1 pitch to him. Right down central quickly. 2 strikes on Crane.
And Jevin, you mentioned the 14 home runs, 3 of those grand slams, and no bigger grand slam than on Friday night. He is for everyone night, 3,600. Really put the exclamation mark on the evening at Bosse Field.
Ended up being the difference in the game, I believe.
It was 10-6, yes.
Timeout is called by the batter Crane. Right before Cunningham went into his motion. Cunningham and Crane kind of smile at each other. The 0-2, curveball right down central. Strike 3 is called, and Crane has struck out for the 2nd time.
Our friend Robert Davis, a delayed call on that one, but you knew it, Jevin. You knew it before he called it.
Oh, yeah, that was right in there.
Well, it was a knee buckler, too. Crane thought it was going to be way up in the zone. He kind of gave up on it and just dropped right over the middle of the plate. A great pitch from Cunningham.
He's a great pitcher. And it's somewhat surprising when you look at signees in the Frontier League. A lot of them are pitchers, so the fact that he's still in Marion kind of makes you wonder.
That strikeout for Cunningham was on pitch number 100 of the evening. And the first offering to J.R. Davis is out of the zone, ball 1. Davis has walked, and he's also bounced out to second base. Nobody on, 2 out, the 1-0 pitch is high and inside, 2-0.
Really, this game has gone about how I thought it would. I said early in the game that it could only take 1 or 2 runs to win this one. With this pitching matchup between Cunningham and Scott, both have been fantastic on the mound. Of course, Cunningham still with a 0 on the board.
The 2-0 pitch nips the outside corner. Called strike 2 and 1 on J.R. Davis.
And really, I feel like every time these two teams have played, it's been a very close ball game.
Miners just took 2 of 3 from Evansville at Bosse Field. Last week, the 2-1 pitch is in the turf, 3-1.
There we go. I asked Tom Benson that once. We were doing an Otters game at Gateway, and he took off his headset, and he said, never ask me that again. What are you doing?
So Zane asks it to everybody now.
I do.
So Tom Benson called it dirt or turf. Here's a fly ball. Deep into right center field. Well struck on the move to the center fielder. He looks up. It's off the wall. J.R. Davis racing towards second base. He has a 2-out double. That ball nearly left the ballpark, timed the game at 1, but instead Davis picks up double number 16 of the season, and the Otters have the tying run in scoring position.
And Jevin, that's a deer head double-decker double. And I honestly can't remember if Tom Benson said dirt or turf, because much like we did in the Frontier League Championship Series in 16, we commuted to the game site each day, making that long drive on 64. We didn't get a hotel room. Long couple of days on a weekend.
So the Otters a chance here to tie the game up with a base hit. It's up to Dakota Phillips, who has 38 RBIs on the season. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, and we have a meeting on the mound now for the Miners. The catcher and a shortstop walk slowly to the mound. Of course, the infield.
With us doing the game remotely, we really don't have access to whether they have anybody warming in the bullpen or not, but Cunningham's pitch count getting up there looks like it's just going to be a conversation. Maybe one of those things where, hey, this is probably your last batter. Give us everything you got, empty the tank. But Dakota Phillips, in this situation, he's going to be someone that you kind of want at the plate. I mean, he's got some good power. He's driven in a good amount of runs this year, and the righty-lefty matchup, this is an ideal situation. Davis has good speed at second base, a chance to drive in a run here with 2 outs and salvage this ball game for Braden Scott.
And when the Miners are making a change, it's Mike Pinto. The Otters are different, where Max Peterson always facilitates those bullpen changes, and Andy never or rarely comes out of the dugout.
So Dakota Phillips, a strikeout and a ground out tonight, digs in, tying run at second base with 2 outs in the 7th. Breaking ball hit to the right side. First baseman Fields underhands the pitcher covering Cunningham. Well, the meeting on the mound worked. 1 pitch, and Phillips is out. 3-1 on the putout. Evansville strands a man at second after a J.R. Davis 2-out double. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, and we will get to keep it right here. And we have a special performance of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. They're showing the organ, or I guess that's more of a piano. That's not really an organ. But anyways, they're playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So Zane, go ahead and entertain us with your rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
All righty, wherever you're listening, I need you to stand up, stretch, and sing. It's time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Now let's get some runs.
Well done, Zane Claude Felter. Thank you very much.
You need to sign him up for The Voice. Thought that was fantastic.
Don't tempt me.
Hey, man. I got to start somewhere.
I was in honors choir once.
I believe that.
The late Mike Radomski, he would sing it for my, first 4 or 5 years, and then he went down to Florida with a new professional gig, and suddenly there was a void in 2017. Who's going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball, or in 16, who's going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game? And so I kind of fell into my lap.
Well, you do a great job with it, just like you did there, with no instrumentals, no nothing, no organ music. It was just all a cappella.
And when you guys are at the ballpark at Bosse Field, you're more than welcome to slide over a couple chairs and sing with me.
I will not do that.
Jevin?
I think you handle it well on your own, so we'll let you have the spotlight.
Jevin said it much more polite than I did.
All right, 8-9-1 up for the Miners, and Yeah, Scott's still in the game at
96 pitches.
That was pitch number 97 on a foul ball to Mayne, who's walked twice tonight and has scored the game's only run back in the second. From the wind, the pitch. Just a bit outside and low, 1-1. Scott didn't get the call.
Curious to see what the leash will be like for Braden Scott as he does near that century mark in pitches. He's going very well tonight, aside from the walks that's got him into a little bit of trouble. But do wonder if the Otters have their bullpen active just in case things get a little bit hairy.
You'd have to imagine one base runner and he's gone, right?
I would think so. Especially if it starts off with a leadoff walk or a base hit.
Exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Mayne, leading off the Miners' 7th. A ground ball left side, deep in the hole. The shortstop gets to it. Long throw across the diamond is not in time as Mayne beats that out easily. So he's on base for the 3rd time tonight. 2 walks and a single. Leadoff man on here in the 7th. And my only counter argument to the point you guys made is maybe Andy lets him face this 9-hole hitter before going back to the top of the order and going to a new arm. We'll see what happens, but yeah, he's approaching 100 pitches.
Very curious to see what happens here.
Or as long as he stays, I guess, outside of scoring position. So as long as that runner doesn't get to second base, as long as the double play is in order, then it kind of protects that starter deep in a pitch count.
Really, he's had a lot of trouble with this combination of Mayne and Nieto. 2 walks to Mayne, just gave up the single, also allowed Mayne to score earlier on that RBI double by Nieto in the 2nd inning of the ball game.
I was just getting ready to say I wonder if the Miners might play some small ball here, trying to get an insurance run. Nieto was showing bunt, then he pulled back as the left-hander Scott stepped off the rubber.
I would say do it because it's a National League style game already.
There's the bunt pushed up the first base line. Well done. First baseman Riley Crane just tags out Nieto. But the sacrifice is good. 3 unassisted as Mayne moves up to second base with 1 away.
It's amazing what good fundamentals Jevin can do for winning a baseball game. A perfect bunt there up the first base line. And now a wild pitcher pass ball here on this at-bat. And you're 90 feet away with a sac fly opportunity.
I know there's always the argument to both sides about, well, you give up an out, you try to play for the big inning, and I agree with that somewhat, but this is a different situation. You don't need a big inning necessarily here. You're up 1-0. You just need another run to kind of tack on and pad that lead. You're not looking for a 4 or 5 run inning. Yes, that would be nice, but right now you're trying to just get 1 across home plate.
Right, and for Evansville right now, that 1-run deficit seems like 5 because of the inability to get to second and third base.
And you do wonder if maybe the Miners will keep Cunningham out there if they were to extend the lead to 2-0, give them a little bit more breathing room, or if they'll just have the quick hook and turn it to the bullpen, or at that point, maybe it's a new opportunity for Evansville.
It's back to the top of the order. Brian Flette, their second baseman, fouled the first pitch off. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and the 1-strike offering is a little bit low below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bob Davis has been consistent with that lower strike call tonight. I think he's had a pretty good zone. Very few arguments, at least that we have noticed from the batters. Of course, we can't hear the chirping from either side. We're not at the game.
I like the accommodations here a lot better, though, than Marion.
A 1-1 pitch. Line foul, third base side, 1-2.
You mean they don't give you a recliner at Marion?
No, the last time I did a game in Marion was this year. I actually sat on a file cabinet.
What? Oh, probably because they didn't have a chair in that booth.
Ryan Brown got 1 chair, and he sat in that 1 chair, and I sat on a filing cabinet, which for my knees wasn't too bad. Only the best.
Of course, Marion's press box, too, is very high above the field.
It is.
1-2 pitch. Flette takes in the turf, 2-2. Stopped by Phillips. How is their broadcast booth? Is it fairly nice, though, inside?
It is. You get your own little, what I would call, suite. It's just...
I forgot, in 2016, you didn't get to do any of the games there. I think I did all of them.
Yeah, so you're secluded, but just a little narrow but deep, going back to the door to get in there.
2-2 pitch here to Flette, looking for his first RBI this season. And he rolls over on a pitch to the second baseman. It's bobbled by J.R. Davis. The ball scoots into center field. Safe at first base is Flette, and the runner scores from second in Jared Mayne. 2-0 Miners. A costly error there by J.R. Davis. Looked like a pretty routine play. Just bobbled it. Get a replay here, and yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. He got a pretty routine hop. Ball went off his glove into center field, 2-0 Miners.
And that's a rare play from J.R. Davis to have an error like that in such a crucial situation here in the bottom of the seventh. And that second run means everything for Southern Illinois. And now an opportunity for the Miners to add on here. Still only one out now, a runner at first, Jevin.
And Godinho digs in. He's 3 for 3 against Scott tonight. A double and a pair of singles.
This goes away from our earlier talking point. Scott's still in.
At this point now, I wonder if they're just trying to get through the inning.
Ground ball to first. They step on the first base bag for the out. And it looked like the runner, Flette, at first base was off with the pitch. So there was no play at second. That play will go down as 3 unassisted, and Godinho is retired for the first time tonight. Flette moves up to second base with 2 outs.
But Nolan Early is coming up to bat wearing number 8. He's one of the better hitters in the Miners lineup, and that is a big run there at second and scoring position. The prime guy for the Miners. If you're Mike Pinto and you want somebody batting in this situation, you want it to be Nolan Early.
Early does have a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3, 50 RBIs in the season. He started play batting .331. Lefty on lefty, first pitch to him is hit to the second baseman. This time, J.R. Davis stays down and makes the play and throws out Early at first base. Thank you, Zane Clodfelter. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Talk to you tomorrow night, Jevin.
After 7, Miners tack on thanks to the error by J.R. Davis. It's 2-0 Southern Illinois. Otters hit in the 8th. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network on the Otters YouTube channel.
Fix up your home with Heritage. Our home improvement financing options can help you change your home now and pay for it over time. Upgrade your home. Make home repairs. Remodel a kitchen. Build a new deck. Add a new room. Remodel your bath. Update appliances. Whether it's a small weekend project or a large renovation, Heritage Federal Credit Union can help you finance your improvements today. Fix up your home with Heritage.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Otters bat in the 8th inning, trailing the Miners 2-0 now as the Miners pick up an insurance run. J.R. Davis with a costly error at second base that allowed Mayne to score from second with 1 out. That was off the bat of Flette, and then Scott got the next 2 guys out. I would assume Scott's night's over, but he was pretty good through 7 innings. Right now, he would be the tough luck loser. And we do have a pitching change on the other side for the Miners. Chase Cunningham's night is over. He went 7 strong innings, 7 shutout innings. As a new pitcher is Blake Stelzer. Jordan, final numbers for Cunningham.
Yeah, Cunningham, as you mentioned, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, just a 1 walk. Faced 24 batters tonight on his night. I don't know what his pitch count ended up at exactly, but he was over the 100 mark. And that brings in Blake Stelzer, who this season for the Miners is 4-1 out of the bullpen, a 2.50 ERA in 24 appearances. So making appearance number 25, 32 and a third innings, 30 strikeouts to just 5 walks, only allowed 16 hits so far this season.
His first assignment will be Andretti Cordero, Evansville third baseman, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He's hit into a 6-3 double play, and he swings and misses at the first attempt from Stelzer.
You mentioned Scott and how well he's pitched, and his night probably being over 7 innings as well for him. 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts to 3 walks.
Swing and a miss, nothing and 2 on Cordero. Well, no matter who the Miners would bring in on the bullpen, I would have to imagine Evansville is pleased that it's not Cunningham anymore after facing him for 7.
It's like a second chance at life here. It can be defeating when you're facing somebody as dominant as Cunningham, just mowing down batter after batter and not really giving Evansville many opportunities to score runs.
Count is 1 and 2 on Cordero. A pair of groundouts tonight.
I do wonder how different this game would be if in that very first inning when Jesus got on and Gordon worked that 3-2 count, if they were able to get both of them on, if they might be able to get some early run against Cunningham, maybe it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, sometimes those good pitchers, if you don't get them early, you don't get them at all.
And that's the case with Cunningham, I think, tonight.
Still 1 and 2 here on Cordero. The pitch outside to the backstop, 2 and 2. Preston Leinebach is joining us once again after Zane Clodfelter was on for a couple innings.
What did you think of Zane's 7th inning stretch?
Not too shabby without the tune behind it.
There was nothing behind it, all a cappella.
2-2 pitch here to Cordero is chop foul, third base side. He stays alive.
Pitch perfect 4 with Zane Clodfelter coming to a theater near you.
Mentioned earlier, Florence lost tonight, so the Otters lead right now is a 1.5 games. Hoping to make it 2 games, but they'll need a come-from-behind win this evening. 2-2 pitch, low, counts full now, 3 and 2 on Cordero. This game critical for the Miners. From their perspective, you'd have to think they would need a sweep. They're 6.5 games out. Only win, if you win 2 of 3, you're still 5.5 out. Payoff pitch is lifted high in the air. Right center field, on comes the center fielder Mayne. He finds a spot, puts up the glove, and makes the catch for the first out, and Cordero's 0 for 3. So Stelzer gets the first man he faces. Here comes Jose Pujols. He has struck out twice tonight. He's just 5 for 45 at the plate.
But he's been in the end of that last homestand, arguably was on a tear because not only putting the ball in play, getting a couple of hits, but drawing his walks as well. So he basically saw his average and his OBP basically more than double in that last homestand.
1 strike pitch to Pujols is outside. Counts even, a ball and a strike. If he gets on, Penner, the on-deck man, would represent the tying run.
And for Pujols, he's really working off of being away from baseball for the last 2 years, not only with the pandemic last year, but also coming off of an injury a couple of years ago in 2019. So he's just really trying to get his groove back. Former Phillies product.
Preston or maybe even Zane, one of you guys might know the answer to this question. I was trying to find in the game notes, what is the head-to-head record right now between Evansville and Southern Illinois? Do we know that?
I gotta do the math here real quick.
1-2 pitch is above the belt. Count even, 2 and 2 on Pujols.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but I was thinking that Evansville
7 and 5, I believe.
In favor of Evansville?
Yes. Yeah, it was 7 and 2 entering that series last week at home, and then Miners 2 of 3. So
gonna have to look at the schedule again, but do the Otters visit Southern Illinois one more time this year?
Yes.
So of course that could also play in. Evansville already owns a tie break with Florence, but if Southern Illinois were to for some reason catch Florence, and then in theory catch Evansville, that tiebreaker could be a big deal there as well. Because as Zane likes to point out, that gives you an extra game in the standings.
And thanks to Zane, it's actually 8-4 because of that extra doubleheader day that I forgot about.
So 8-4.
So it is 8-4. Yep.
Here's a 2-2 pitch for Pujols. He takes outside. Good at bat here from Jose. Counts full.
And he's really been putting together some good at-bats here lately. I think it was over the weekend he ended up actually having a game in which he drew 2 walks and also drew a base hit.
So count is full, 3-2 on Pujols, the DH, and he strikes out for the second out. So Pujols now has struck out 3 times tonight. First K for Stelzer.
Put together a good at-bat, just not a great end result. And unfortunately, that's kind of felt like what it's been like for the Otters all game long, is just they've had these opportunities and they just can't seem to capitalize.
Ninth place hitter now is a left fielder, Andrew Penner. Penner with a ground out to short. He's also singled. Stelzer trying to work a 1-2-3/8 inning with the Miners in front, 2-0. Paints the corner, strike 1. The good news for Evansville is he will get the top of the order through one more time this game, whether it be leading off the 9th or here with some 2-out magic. The 1-strike pitch, curveball above the belt. Even 1-1 on Penner.
And for the Otters, it's a known fact that they are a battling team late in the game. They can make a comeback. However, waiting probably in the wings for the Miners is their closer, Ryan Miller, and he can really bring the hard stuff in that 9th inning. Now, Evansville did get to him a little bit the first time they saw him at home. I guess nearly a month ago now. Last week he got the upper hand and was able to seal the deal.
2-1 offering. Penner takes knee high on the corner. Borderline pitch went to Stelzer. And he's 1 strike away from a 1-2-3/8. The wind of the 2-2. Way outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Stelzer, for having retired the first 2 men, has still thrown quite a few pitches here in the 8th inning. That was pitch number 21.
They add up quickly.
Huh?
I said they add up quickly. Mm-hmm. All 3 batters so far have reached a full count.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, but he gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, and he works a 1-2-3/8. Home half the 8th inning in Marion, Illinois. The Miners lead the Otters 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a liquor store in Evansville, look no further than Liquor Locker. The Liquor Locker has the best selection at the best prices, including the largest craft beer and bourbon selection in the area. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help you find the beer, wine, and liquor you need for any occasion. And check out the fine selection of cigars at all Liquor Locker stores. Liquor Locker is now open Sundays 12 to 8 p.m. and offers citywide delivery. Visit one of our 10 conveniently located stores in the Evansville area today. There is always something for everyone at the Liquor Locker.
Cheer up, Evan. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Miners bat in the 8th inning, leading 2-0. For Southern Illinois, it is 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. For Evansville, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. 4, 5, and 6 batters up for the Miners. It's Ariel Sandoval, Ian Walters, and Anthony Brocato. And we have a new Evansville Otters pitcher.
And we will close the book on Braden Scott. We touched on it before. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, only one of those being earned, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Scott. Faced 30 batters. Taking them out now, Augie Gallardo signed back on August 11th, and he is now coming on in relief here.
So the first pitch from Gallardo, who worked from the stretch with a nobody on. First one to Sandoval is fouled off down the right field line. Big rip from Sandoval, looking for that first home run with that swing. He's 1 for 3 tonight, a single. He's bouncing a double play. He's also flew out to left.
Gallardo, in 3 appearances for Evansville this year, has a 5.40 ERA, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks allowed, 3 hits.
And you had his game log in front of you, Jordan. Were those 3 appearances consecutive? Because I felt like...
Let me pull this up real quick.
Because I feel like we saw him a lot.
August 11th, August 13th, August 14th. So there was a day in between.
The last 2 were consecutive. Okay. Because it felt like we saw him a lot after he signed in the past week.
What day is August 12th?
1-1 pitch is line foul, 1 and 2.
August 12th is a Thursday, so they would have had a game.
Yeah.
It was 3 and 4 days. And he did pitch against Southern Illinois in that 9-8 victory on August 11th, which was a thrilling victory. 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 0 strikeouts. He faced 7 batters.
1-2 pitch to Sandoval. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, said our first base umpire, Chris Dykman. Goodbye, Sandoval, 1 away. So Gallardo comes in and fans the first man he faces.
Michigan Dykman making the call at first base. Davis behind the plate, and Bailey is the other umpire who we saw for the first time at Bostonville this past weekend. But familiar faces, around the bases being the umpires, as the French League is trying to do their best to also limit the travel for the umpires.
1 away. Here is Ian Walters, and he's glad that Scott's not in the game because he struck out 3 times against the Evansville starter. And he takes a strike D-high on the corner here from Gallardo. 0-1.
So mention how Gallardo was signed back on August 11th. It's his 5th stint in the Frontier League. He was formerly with Traverse City back in 2016 to 2018 for parts of those years, and then spent most of the 2019 season with Lake Erie. But now he makes his way down to Evansville, and in Preston's game notes over here, 2019, Gallardo excelled out of the bullpen, a .85 ERA with a 1.025 WHIP through 39 games and 52 2/3 innings. So he has been dominant out of the bullpen in the past, and I think Evans is looking to rekindle that.
I'm back with Lake Erie. At that time, would have been under Cam Roth, who was last year initially going to be the pitching coach for the Gateway Grizzlies, but after Phil Warren stepped aside, Roth is now the manager for the Grizzlies.
Fly ball down the left field. Linus Penner, the left fielder, gives chase, and he runs out of room. Still 2 strikes on Walters.
He's very well known for his handling of pitching staffs, as Lake Erie led the league in ERA a couple seasons ago. And Gallardo actually was one of the guys for Lake Erie who transitioned in his career there from a starter to a bullpen pitcher.
Gallardo struck out Sandoval. He has Walters behind the count, 0-2. And the 2-strike pitch. Ooh, fouled off the home plate umpire's mask. Wake up, Bob Davis. Still 0-2. Got him pretty good.
Can't imagine that feels anywhere close. Even when they're wearing the mask. Like, I gotta imagine that hurts. I've never been an umpire before. I've never had a ball get fouled off a mask like that.
But do you have any desire?
No, absolutely not.
To have that kind of pressure.
Nope.
Behind the plate.
0-2 pitch. Oh, and it hits Walters on 0-2. A base runner with 1 out in the 8th.
Well, Walters survives, and he does not get the golden sombrero. I was waiting for it.
You know, it's funny. So
Zane is shaking his head at me. I'm curious as to why. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't like the term golden sombrero.
Hey, no fighting here. We're
well, that's okay. We're having a great time. I just thought he was shaking his head at me. He's shaking his head at the opportunity that was missed.
There you go. So 1 on 1 out. Here is Anthony Brocato, the DH. Struck out twice, and he has a walk sandwich between those strikeouts. Big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Wonder if the listeners miss Ryan yet. He would actually be at the game.
Yeah.
He said he was tuning in and out a little bit tonight. So
Was he?
in the process of getting his things in order for his big move, but.
Now he's going back to Vanderbilt, correct?
Actually, he graduated from Vandy this past spring. He's now getting ready to head up to Boston for law school at Harvard.
Okay, wow.
That's impressive.
Well, he's probably smarter than all four of us combined in this room, so.
I guess for some reason Harvard wasn't going to be understanding to let him stay in Evansville for a little bit longer.
Strike 3 called, hitting a breaking pitch, and Brocato is down on strikes, 2 away.
You know what? When Harvard comes calling, I think you just go ahead and take that call. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but.
Right, but I'm just thinking, if you get that call from Harvard, I think you drop what you do and you go and do that.
Yeah,
this is true.
We got some sports majors and then a journalism major here, so.
First pitch here to Mangieri, the first baseman, is a chopper foul. First base side, 0-1. Mangieri 0 for 3 tonight. 2-0 Miners in the 8th. Runner at first base, 2 outs. When Evansville bats in the 9th inning, it'll be the top of the order. DeJesus, Gordon, McNamee. It reaches Riley Crane. Miners trying to take game 1 of this 3-game series. The pitch pulled foul, 0-2. If they do hang on and win, they'd be 5.5 out. Evansville would stay a game up on Florence as the Yalls lost tonight. Sussex County beat them 3-1.
I keep remembering that this is, I guess, the first official season for Florence with their new name and their rebrand. They participated in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail series last year with them. They brought back their old brand for the Freedom as another team. Lexington was also part of that series, but didn't really count. It wasn't an official championship Frontier League season.
Swing and a miss. How about Gallardo? He comes in and strikes out the side. It did hit Walters, but he strikes out Sandoval, Brocato, and Mangieri. Last chance for Evansville. Top of the 9th inning. Top of the order coming up. Miners 2, Otters 0. This is Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and the Otters YouTube page.
Welcome to a place that feels like home. A place that cares about all of you. Built to help you grow in more ways than you could possibly imagine. To make new friends, travel new paths, soar to new heights, and deepen your spiritual experience. Welcome to Oakland City University.
Centerpoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Joey Polito is on to try to close this one out for the Miners as Southern Illinois leads 2-0. Just looking through the box score, the Otters have not sent 4 men or more than 4 men to the plate in an inning tonight, and they've only sent 4 men to the plate in an inning 3 different times. So it's been tough to come by at the dish for Evansville, but they will have the top of the order up here against Polito. It'll be Andy DeJesus, Miles Gordon, and Elijah McNamee. DeJesus does have a hit. He's 1 for 3. He singled back in the first, lined out to left in the third, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 6th.
And it doesn't get much easier, as you mentioned. Joey Polito in to pitch for the Miners, a 2-2 record on the year, 1.80 ERA, appearing in game number 30 on the season. He does have 4 saves, 35 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts to 9 walks, allowing 29 hits, and he relieves Blake Stelzer, who easy scoring line here. 1 inning, faced only 3 batters, 2 strikeouts.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to DeJesus. That one zips in for a strike. Good pace to that fastball, knee-high outside corner. 1-1 on DeJesus. Trying to get the tying run to the plate for Evansville any way they can do it. From the wide, the 1-1 is up and away, 2-1. Real quick, some scores throughout the Frontier League. Sussex County beat Florence 3-1. It was, well, it's still in progress. Gateway is beating Windy City at home 9-6, top of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th at Schaumburg, the Boomers lead Joliet 8-6, and a final Tri-City beat New York 8-3. Here's a pitch up and away, 3-1.
Frontier League Live TV scoreboard update there.
Brought to you by Zane Clodfelter. That one.
Zane actually sponsors that read.
He paid for it out of his own pocket. So the count's 3-1 here on DeJesus. And the wind and the pitch to him is fouled off back behind home plate, and the count's full. We've had a lot of full counts of late.
You know, Jevin, if we ever do games again in the future together, I think we need to have these two there, because I like having the almost like gallery there.
Oh, yeah.
To laugh at our humor.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
Feels nice to have some fans for once.
Yeah, right?
Of our own. Payoff pitch to DeJesus. Line drive foul.
This is a good at-bat by DeJesus. This is exactly what you hope for to start this 9th inning. See if he can find a way to work a walk or, you know, find a base hit. Bring up the tying run. Maybe let some action happen, but not making it easy on Polito at all by bailing him out by attacking early in the count.
From the wine, Polito glares in. Now he has a sign he wants, and the payoff pitch to DeJesus. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is the first of the 9th inning. 1 down and 2 to go for the Miners.
Tell you what, this Miners pitching staff that we've seen tonight, from Cunningham to Stelzer and now Polito, they all 3 have tremendous breaking balls, and that's really been a struggle for Evansville tonight.
That last pitch was really good.
Mm-hmm. There's really not a whole lot DeJesus can do there because it looks like such a fastball and it just falls off the table.
1 out, brings in Miles Gordon, a swing and a miss. Strike 1. You know, we can talk about the Otters struggling at the plate, but you have to give credit to the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Miners pitchers tonight have made some pitches, and sometimes that just happens in baseball. There's not a whole lot you can do at the plate.
They have been lights out, only allowing 4 hits so far tonight.
1 strike offering is in the turf. Counts even 1-1 on Gordon, who tonight is 0 for 3. He lined into a double play his last time up. Tough luck, hit it hard to center. Mayne came in, made the catch, and doubled off the base runner at first base. That was DeJesus.
As a pitching staff, they have 10 strikeouts to this point of the ball game, and they've induced a lot of soft contact, too, with a couple double plays and then a few fielder's choice plays as well.
Well, for Evansville, this is simplistic thinking, but just trying to get either Gordon or McNamee on base, because then you have Riley Crane at the dish, would represent the tying run. I mean, he has 14 home runs this year.
Especially if you can get Gordon on base. McNamee has some good power in his own right, too. Not only to drive the ball to the gap, but maybe also put two runners in score position, but he could tie it up with 1 swing of the bat.
Here's a 2-1 pitch for Miles Gordon, the Evansville center fielder. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 9th inning. The pitch is lifted in the air, down a left field line in foul territory. No play, counts even 2-2 on Gordon.
Of course, Gordon with tremendous speed, too, would add another element to the base paths. Take a little bit of attention away from the batter that Polito would be giving him at first base if Gordon were to reach.
If he gets on base, he's basically in scoring position once he gets at first base with his speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ball gets in the gap, he could score easily.
Absolutely.
2-2 pitch. DeJesus takes just a bit inside. Ooh, didn't miss by much. 3-2.
What a take.
It's a tough take from Miles Gordon there for sure. That fastball trying to run back in on the inside part of the plate. Another full count here for another Otters batter.
Ho hum. We've been here a time or two tonight. Payoff payoff pitch. Ball 4, low and inside. A couple of close ones went to Evansville. And the Otters now have the tying run coming to the plate. Elijah McNamee. I'm told it's big hit Mac coming up, right?
Big hit Mac, yep. And this is obviously a huge situation. It's do or die time for Evansville in tonight's ball game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Miles Gordon running here to try to get into scoring position, but at this point, too, he only represents one run in that 2-run deficit. I don't know if it's really worth the risk, but it could add a little bit of pressure to the Miners' defense.
So McNamee started play batting .329, 7 home runs, 38 RBIs, and tonight he has hit into a fielder's choice, struck out, and flew out to center.
It's been a tough night for McNamee. Really been a tough couple of weeks, but as Preston noted, he had a big weekend series. See if he can maybe come through here and build some momentum going forward.
McNamee swinging a miss. They went away with it. McNamee tried to yank it down the left field line, came up empty, strike 1.
It was a good spot for McNamee to make contact because it was left, waist high, but he was looking fastball and looked like there's a little bit of a slider there from Polito. So he's a little bit out in front.
The 0-1. McNamee was tardy on a fastball again, nothing in 2.
That's another thing that the Miners pitching staff has done well tonight. Of course, a lot of it was Chase Cunningham, but they've done a great job of mixing speeds. Starting off with the breaking ball, they're coming back with the heater, keeps him off balance. Now 0-2. See if Polito goes back to that breaking ball, but McNamee has to really be looking to protect here.
Otters down 2-0 in the 9th. Nobody on, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch. Good rip. Fouled back to the screen, though. McNamee stays alive. 0-2 mistake there from Polito. That was almost too good.
I think in this situation, there is absolutely no way McNamee needs to be going down looking here. He has to be swinging anything close.
DeJesus struck out to start the inning. Gordon's on at first base after a 1-out walk. 2 strikes on McNamee with Riley Crane on deck. Catcher sets up outside, and the 0-2 pitch. Foul ball again, first base side.
I think on that foul ball, I heard the Brandon alert. Our scoreboard operator, Bostonville Brandon, if he gets late in games, any good swings, any good cuts at the plate, you're going to hear him get into it a little bit.
We didn't do him the favor of saying there goes the no-no when Southern Oil got their first hit either. That's his big thing to do in the press box as well.
No matter when it is, right?
Yep, doesn't matter when it is. There goes the no-no when the opposing team gets a hit.
2-strike pitch to McNamee. Low and away, good take, 1-2.
Very good take there by McNamee. Especially with the way Polito has set up this at-bat, challenging with heaters here lately. Very easy to chase that one low and away. He was able to lay off.
It was Cunningham, then it was Stelzer, now it's Polito trying to nail it down for the Miners here in the series opener. 1-2 pitch to McNamee is low and inside, counts even 2-2. Now Polito staring back into the home plate umpire. He's kind of questioned a couple of calls of late. Borderline pitch went to Evansville, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Of course, if you're Polito, you do not want to find a way to let McNamee reach base and bring up Riley Crane with a chance to be the go-ahead run.
Pitch going inside and trying to sneak in the front door.
Almost got it, too.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a tap foul as McNamee stays alive.
3 foul balls now with 2 strikes in this count. A very good at-bat by McNamee.
Well, despite not scoring tonight, the Otters have had some competitive ABs. They haven't gone down, without a fight.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. They've put together a lot of at-bats that have been good. Seen lots of 2-2 and 3-2 counts. It just hasn't gone their way whenever they've got runners on base.
Another 2-2 for McNamee. Low ball 3, and the count's full.
So now with 1 out, I'm curious if they'll send Miles Gordon here on the pitch, with it being a full count.
That's risky with who's on deck with a strike him out, throw him out.
It absolutely is. But then again, when you get the runner going, if the pitch is close, when that catcher pops up out of his stance to try to throw it, sometimes you can get that ball 4 call.
We'll find out here in just a few seconds. The payoff pitch to McNamee, and Polito thinking along the lines of you, Jordan, a pickoff attempt. Gordon safe.
And again, Gordon has 24 stolen bases on the year, so he has great speed over there at first base. I'm also thinking along your line, though, is it worth the risk? Then again, you also have the potential to maybe prevent double play if the ball's put in play.
They set up inside the 3-2 pitch. McNamee pops it up down the right field line, twisting toward the stands, and this one will go out of play. McNamee still alive.
It's now 4 foul balls with 2 strikes in this count. And I believe it'll be pitch number 10 coming up in this at-bat.
It's never easy in the 9th.
And the Otters don't make it easy. Just like Preston pointed out, it seems like oftentimes in the last third of the game is when the Otters bats really start to come alive. And we'll see if they can make a late rally here and push and tie or maybe take the lead here in the 9th.
The Otters are 0-7 this year when trailing after 8 innings. 3-2 pitch. Another foul. Polito kind of walked off the mound frustrated that he's not able to put away McNamee.
And I wonder how much that front door slider is hanging in his mind right now, where he thought he got ball or strike 3, but it ended up being ball 2. Because that pitch has really extended this at bat.
McNamee calmly waves the bat over home plate as Gordon takes the lead off first base. McNamee representing the tying run here in the 9th inning. Another 3-2 pitch. Another foul. And this will be pitch number 12, correct?
I believe so. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foul balls, 7, 8 strikes, 11. Yep. So pitch number 12 coming up.
What will give?
I mean, these kind of at-bats, you think, well, the longer it goes, usually that means more likely a mistake by the pitcher, but also on the flip side of it, it's really a guessing game at this point for McNamee. You know, earlier in that at-bat, you might have a pattern that you're kind of trying to pick out, but now you're really guessing.
3-2 pitch to McNamee. Once again, headed home. Check swing, and it actually went off his bat. A foul tip. The catcher hangs on for out number 2. Tough break for McNamee, as I don't really think he went around, but, well, he might have. But anyways, the ball clipped his bat. Catcher hangs on. There's 2 outs.
And that's just kind of a summary of how the night's been. A fantastic at-bat for McNamee. He battled to the very end and didn't get the result. And sometimes that's just how baseball is. Baseball is kind of a cruel sport in that way.
So the last chance for Evansville is Riley Crane, representing the tying run at the plate. Crane started play batting .294, 14 home runs, 63 RBIs, pair of strikeouts. Then he also has doubled to right center. First pitch to Crane. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes outside, ball 1.
So you can't see that because of the reverse camera angle that we're dealing with on the minors in the live stream, but oftentimes defenses are shifting against Riley Crane to pull to right field. And I think, honestly, in this situation with 2 outs, there's not a better opportunity for Evansville to tie this ball game with one swing of the bat than having Riley Crane up to bat.
Crane takes strike 1 on the outside corner, even a ball and a strike.
So still plenty of hope in this game with Evansville. You have to get 27 outs in order to get the win. And Evansville's going to battle to the very, very end. Looks like we're going to have a mound meeting of some sort. Oh, Trainer's coming out.
Checking on Polito.
Remember how we were discussing earlier about the plant foot thing? It looks like that's kind of what he was indicating, was something to do with the foot and planting on that mound.
So he'll get a few check-up, warm-up tosses. But you mentioned, Jordan, about the shift. Now, the few times we have seen Southern play defensively against Riley Crane, like you said, a shift where they still have Walters over there and kind of in his normal spot at third, but they're bringing Godinho, the shortstop, right of the second base bag.
Yep. And he doesn't really shoot it up the middle too often. But it's something to note for sure.
But then at this late in the game, do you leave as big of a hole? Like it's
right.
Just because you play a little bit more toward up the middle.
Well, Polito's ready to go now. The count is 1-1 on Riley Crane with a runner at first base. Otters down 2-0 in the 9th. Slightly open stance for Crane, deep in the box. The 1-1 pitch. A high fly ball down the right field line. Out is the second baseman calling for it, and he makes the catch, ending the ball game. So the Miners take the series opener of this 3-game set at Rent 1 Park. Miners 2, Otters 0. There's some good pitching, really, both sides tonight, Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. Cunningham was fantastic. We touched on him earlier, throwing 7 innings, only giving up 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts to 1 walk. He is going to get the victory. And, of course, Polito picking up the save there, striking out 2, allowing the 1 walk to Miles Gordon, but he ultimately gets out of that inning unscathed. A tough night for Evansville for sure. Obviously, it's always going to be that way when you put up a goose egg on the scoreboard, but I think they really battled tonight, and it's a tough loss for the Otters, but the good news is they still have the lead in the West standings, and, there's always tomorrow night.
Miners 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Otters no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. It took 2 hours and 42 minutes to complete. Evansville drops to 44 and 28. The Miners are now 39 and 34. Updated look at the standings. Evansville still a game up on Florence as the Y'alls lost tonight to Sussex County. And Southern Illinois is now 5.5 games out in third place at 39 and 34. We'll do it again tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05. We're on the air about 6:55 right back here on the Otters YouTube channel and the Otters Digital Network. For everyone here inside the broadcast booth, Zane Clodfelter, Preston Lendenbach, Jordan Fisher, I'm Jevin Redmond. Thank you. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. One last time, the final score, Miners 2, Otters nothing. Until tomorrow night, good night.